That's what I'm doing.
All right. I think we're live, right?
Share now? Oh, share this video with the group.
Well, if anyone can see us, this is what's going on.
Live.
That's it. All right, we are live.
Live from Nick's basement.
From beautiful
That might be an
Barberton.
issue, so you might want to...
Nah, it's
there
okay.
you go. All right.
Beautiful Barberton, Ohio.
All right.
Okay, I can see us here, so that's good.
All right, I don't have that feed.
Okay, everybody's...
But let me tell you, proper, right?
Jets, do it. Yep.
It's
All right.
happening now. We are
are
happening right
live.
now.
We are happening.
We
We're
are
always
happening always.
All right, so welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to Facebook Live. This is Convincing Idiots. I'm Dean.
I'm Brian.
And I am Nick, and we are three friends from three generations discussing all things pop and nerd culture.
I'm Dean.
This is what's happening now. We're live and also on a delay.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It's wild. It's crazy. You're seeing it as it goes down. So congratulations, you found us, right? You're on Facebook. You know how to find us here. Also, please, if you haven't found us yet on YouTube, search Convincing Idiots. We're on Twitter at Convincing Idiot with no S. Instagram at Convincing_Idiots. TikTok at Convincing Idiots. Or you can email us at convincingidiots@gmail.com. Please like, subscribe, share, listen to us wherever you like to get your podcast. Ask your home assistant device to play us. She'll fire that right up. So
That's
we are together once again. This is our
Now,
first.
hold on. Is the home assistant advice, is that a lot like the home assistant Brian needs on a daily basis when his nurse comes in?
That's different. These ones you only have to pay for once. It's
Okay.
not
Yeah.
like monthly or per visit.
Okay.
That's bathing and
right.
and cooking and so
Yes.
forth for me.
And this
That's
one's a
right.
little less
All right.
hands-on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Make sure he takes his pills.
Exactly.
All right.
That's right.
So we are together, as I mentioned, for the first time since our first show. Pretty momentous occasion here.
Yeah, we're like we need a Convincing Idiots super spreader event.
Right.
So we thought, why not
Yes.
get Nick's cramped basement again?
Let's do it.
Are
What's that?
you talking about COVID or the STDs we're about to give each other? I don't
Now
know
we're
what
told
sort
we're
of
not allowed to
super-
do that on Facebook Live.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was getting excited.
Yeah, you have to
Confused me.
go to a different site for that.
All right.
But we are here in my basement together again, and our first time going live. So we'll see how this goes. If anyone's watching us, we have seven people watching,
Allie,
so that's cool.
Kara, hello.
Hello, Allie and Kara. Thank you very much.
Can you see
Oh,
who's
yeah,
watching?
Kara.
Allie's watching. Kara's watching.
Hey, Kara. Hey.
Hey, honey.
So, so this is, we're just kind of going to go with the flow, see where it takes us. We might talk about some things. If anybody that's watching would like to request to join the call, we can have you on and talk to you for a little bit. If not, that's okay. You can comment down there as well. Or not, just watch us be stupid in my basement, and we can do that as well.
I want to say, first of all, we talked about this a couple times, but Allie is watching. Hi, honey. And off camera here, we have the lovely Robin and Megan.
Yes.
So
Filmed in front of a live studio audience.
right.
that's correct.
So
That's
all
correct.
of the joyous laughter you're about to hear, it's probably
normal,
That's right.
natural. No, these
Definitely
are
not us laughing at each other.
the lovely and beautiful
I
women
don't
in
find
our
you funny.
the lovely and beautiful women in our lives are so tolerant and patient of this dumb stuff that we're doing. We appreciate it. I feel like sometimes I'm like a young boy, with my stupid
like to imagine
videos
that.
and everything else, and Allie's so patient
under
and
that beard?
kind. So we greatly love you all. We appreciate you supporting us.
We do.
This is, we're just having fun with this. Maybe it does something, maybe we don't, but it's definitely a way that we've been able to maintain our friendship from afar during this crazy pandemic and everything, and have some fun while we're at it.
For sure. Once COVID happened, I was ready to drop both of you. I'm like, I don't have to see these guys for at
Nick
least
has-
6 months. I had no
Nick
idea.
hasn't talked to me in 2 years.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yeah, right.
so once we started doing this, friendship.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
So I
the
was
time
very happy.
you had your mom make that ham gravy, showed up, and Nick happened to be
See,
there.
that's what I should have had
accidentally.
here.
Cheers
Yeah.
to that ham
had
gravy.
I should have had a vat of ham gravy.
That's right. That's
I really
right.
dropped the ball on that one.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So we're just kind of do random topics and stuff like that. We'll see if anybody comments and wants to talk about anything, whatever. Now, one big thing today?
Matt, you did not miss the party. Welcome.
Matt is here.
There he
Welcome,
is.
Matt. Matt
Yeah,
got a
so-
new Convincing Idiots hat today.
That's
He did.
right.
Yeah, it's
Looking good.
Looking sharp.
Looking good.
Looking sharp.
So Matt has something that even one member of the show does not have.
That's true.
And that is a hat like this
That's
here,
true.
a trucker hat.
Super exclusive.
And testosterone.
Testosterone, yes.
That's correct.
Yes. He has a luscious
correct.
beard. I can only hope to live up to Matt's someday.
That's right.
That ain't happening.
No.
No.
I said hope. I didn't say it was going
right,
to
you can
happen.
hope.
I can hope.
You hope for a lot of
Oh, I do hope for
Right.
a lot of things. Doesn't mean it happens.
I also had another friend, Sarah, if she's out there watching.
She did. She just
Sarah
said,
says, hey, Sarah.
So Sarah also got a Convincing Idiots hat today as well.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we,
I saw, yeah.
We appreciate
She
the
looks
Yes,
good
thank you,
too.
Sarah,
out
as well.
there.
Yes.
Thank you so much. One big thing today, guys, and we'll get into other topics and all that. So this is yesterday, the Justice League, Zack Snyder, 4-hour crazy marathon
Extravaganza.
movie. Extravaganza. That's
Yeah.
probably a good word for that. Started streaming yesterday. Have you watched 10 minutes of it at all yet or anything like that? Do you plan to watch it this weekend?
Yes, I plan on tomorrow watching it.
Yeah, I think my weekend's a little full, and probably until Sunday, I would say morning to afternoon. Plus, we'll try to watch it with the kids. I don't know. It's a long movie. I doubt my 5 and 9-year-old to have the attention span to sit down and watch. Let's watch the 4-hour Snyder cut, Dad. I can't wait. This is.
I would insist that they do that.
From my understanding, they're broken up into sections, like chapters,
Okay.
Okay.
and each chapter's named. That's what I read. I'm not sure if that's
I
what they
think you're
ended
right.
up doing,
Yeah.
but that was my understanding.
Yeah. I don't know if I can make it through 4 hours.
Right.
And
You're going to
watch
need to
one
break
set.
it up, go take your pills, take a nap maybe.
Right.
You have my
Gotta
home
get the-
assistant.
right,
Gotta
Right.
get the bath.
You
Yep.
go back, you watch another couple hours,
Yep.
you go eat soup and
right.
a nice grilled cheese sandwich.
Yep. Get a sponge bath from Allie. of course.
Changed.
That's
Yes.
right.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
It's going to be a full Saturday for you, pal.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
We're gonna make a day of it.
That's gonna be great.
I'm only awake for 4 hours in the day anyway, so.
So we were talking, so we'll do a review of that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
You know what? We didn't get to WandaVision either. Maybe we'll talk about that.
That's
later
true.
Some too. We didn't get to the finale there, but let's go back to Justice League real quick. So,
Okay.
so for at least one of those characters, Ben Affleck playing Batman, they brought him back in to film some.
I think
Additional
everybody came
footage.
back and got
Everybody
some
came back.
extra. Yeah.
I think are all still. I think they're all still under contract except for Ben Affleck, I believe.
Okay.
Something like
Come
that.
back.
So Ezra Miller is if they do more Flash. I'm a big fan of his. I like Ezra
so.
Miller a lot. The guy that plays the
theory.
Flash.
I don't know for sure, but in theory, if he's under contract.
Yeah.
So these characters. So we were talking about the best portrayal of some of our iconic superhero characters off camera. So
Yeah.
no particular order.
Mm-hmm.
So Ben Affleck as Batman, was he in the top at all Batman for you? Where does he rate as far as your? You don't have to get not a list or anything like that.
Yeah.
Is he remotely the best Batman, or is he one of the worst? or-
Did
go
you
ahead.
say Batman? Like he's
Batman.
your
Batman.
insurance
Batman.
agent?
Like-
Hello, this is John Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Yes,
Yeah,
John Spiderman.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for me, like I know a lot of people were like really. I remember at the time when they announced Ben Affleck being Batman, people were upset.
I thought
I
he was
wasn't.
great.
I think he's a good actor. I've
Yeah.
seen him in a lot of things that I thought he was really good in. But I think he's honestly, if you put him in better movies as Batman, I really like him. I think he plays the part of a grizzled Bruce Wayne really well.
Sure.
I think he plays Batman well. I think he looks good in the suit, for what you see of the person, the mouth and whatnot. But he fit the role, I thought, well. I just think he had the disadvantage of being in, starring as Batman in movies that just weren't on par with, certainly not the Dark Knight trilogy, but I've always had a soft spot for the Val Kilmer Batman Forever movie,
Oh,
which
Jesus.
I know when you go back, it's, you got to remember, I was, 9 when that movie came out?
And
so
that's the
it was
only
really
age
cool.
that is acceptable to like that.
I know,
film.
it was really, it's not Batman and Robin. That's bad. That's the one
It's
with
still not
Mr.
great.
That's the one with Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy
Right.
and George Clooney.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a nipple suit, right?
That's right.
Well, Joel Schumacher one's typically. I think the Batman Forever one had them too, but I think they were more pronounced than
Okay.
Batman and Robin. Yeah,
yeah, that was nice.
I
You got more
hate-
excited by that movie?
I actually dislike George Clooney the person because of Batman and Robin.
Well,
A little
at
bit.
least he makes fun of himself. George
Well,
Clooney
he
does.
should. It's pretty
Actually,
bad.
you're right. He probably was the worst Bat. Was he worse than
he's-
Ben Affleck?
He's Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think Ben Affleck's the worst. I think
Ben Affleck's in my top few.
I don't even know who actually.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's that bad, but just because of the voice that bothers me, I would say Christian Bale's my second least favorite Batman.
I agree.
I just am bothered by the whisper growl, and I understand that he would have to. That's why I liked that they explained the voice modulator in his suit in Batman versus Superman. It's one of the few things I really thought they did well.
Right, they explained
They explained, and he didn't have to put on a voice or talk like this all the time.
Wait a minute, am I about to do a read? Right. Like insurance.
Oh, that reminds me. At some point, I might ask you if you can do the Blake Insurance read off the top of your head. I'm just curious if
I can give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a few more beers, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
As Dusty Rhodes.
I can do Dusty Roads, baby.
Yes,
I can't see. I cannot see comments.
the
by the
American
way,
Dream.
So I'm going to screw this up here.
Okay, so there's us playing in the background.
That's right.
So it's happening. It's on.
I remember when I got my first iPad.
Yeah, really. Sorry about that.
Let's see what else.
All right, so let's. Okay, now I see it. Now I see him.
So
okay.
wait a minute, we got some comments here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sarah. Ben Affleck needs to stick to movies like the Accountant.
The Accountant.
Christian
was
Bale.
awesome.
See, Sarah's right. Christian
the
Bale's
better
a better
Batman.
Batman.
Okay.
The thing
Why is
about the Christian Bale one though is at the end of the trilogy. So it's like he literally has seconds to live before he gets in that Batcopter and flies and takes that bomb over the harbor, right? And he's talking to James Gordon. James Gordon knows, I now know you're Bruce Wayne, and he still gives him the gruff Batman voice. He can't even change his voice back to Bruce Wayne
Because he's a shitty
moment.
actor.
In character.
I suppose. That never made any sense to me.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the movie, though. When he blew up and you supposed he died, you're like, yes.
See, I don't mind Christian Bale the actor. I didn't mind him as Bruce Wayne. It's just that element of the Batman voice that I find really annoying.
Batman doesn't have a lisp.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Christian Bale had a lisp. If you listen, and that's probably why he did the voice, because it was the only way he could stop doing the lisp.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe.
All right. So who's the best? Is it Michael Keaton?
It's hard to argue with Michael Keaton.
I am the best.
Yeah.
Batman.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing Batman.
Not Statman.
You're the best Statman. You are the best Statman. Now, don't let that take away from the fact. I mean, you're probably one of the only Statmen. Statman.
That's right.
But you are our favorite Statman.
I like Statman.
Yes,
I like that.
favorite Brian Statman.
I think we just found a new moniker for him.
Cheers to that. Yep.
Cheers.
Is it Michael Keaton? Is that who it is? Is that the best
yeah.
Batman? Is it?
Hands down.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah?
He is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's another one that he embodies both sides of the roles really well.
Right.
And those
was a
movies,
good Bruce
really
Wayne
hold
in that,
up
yeah.
well. I mean, they're pretty good movies.
Now you know who's coming back as Batman.
I heard.
So the Flash movie, they're going to make a Flashpoint movie.
Where he's going in and out of time.
It's like
turns-
alternate realities for
Right.
the Flash and all that. So he's going to come back as Batman, apparently in that
Okay.
movie.
That'll
at
be
least.
cool. Yeah.
At least. All right. So enough about Batman. I think we agree on that. Henry Cavill, Superman. Is he remotely?
Cavill.
Cavill. I said
okay.
Cable. Cable. Statman.
Statman and
Cable. Cavill. I don't know what I'm talking about here.
It's
That
Ben
dude.
Affleck, I think.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Yeah.
If y'all are wondering, Brian is heavily edited through the fucking podcast.
Yeah. I have to do a lot of voiceovers.
Wait a minute. What's Matt's?
He says his beard is a burden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of
It's a
conditioning and
beast of
combing
burden.
and
Yeah,
things
it's
like
beard.
that.
Well, as long as his luxury as it is, he's probably just constantly just stroking it and enjoying it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
he considers a burden. I would consider, just joy and happiness.
A gift.
A gift.
A gift.
A gift.
Yes.
Matt, enjoy the gift.
There we go.
Bearded superheroes. There's a good segue for you.
Is there beard? Well,
There's
Aquaman.
Thor. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Thor and Aquaman.
I mean,
Okay,
what's
there you
going
go.
on with the lights.
Thor and Aquaman. You have. I mean, who's sexier? Thor or Aquaman? Well, the actors.
Yeah. I am a little partial to Chris Hemsworth, and
Okay.
I'm trying not to let the fact that Aquaman is one of my least favorite movies, superhero or
Was it
not,
bad?
that I've ever seen.
Was it bad? That bad?
I hated it. It was. I
still
thought
haven't
it
seen
was
it.
bad.
Me neither.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
It's nothing. The effects aren't good, and the acting is not good, and the storyline's not good, and yeah, it's not great. I was not a fan.
Yeah.
So neither one of you saw Aquaman, huh?
Nah.
Did Robin teach Brian how to do a podcast?
Yeah, I had to turn the
Okay.
volume down here. So, yeah.
Actually, you know what? That's a good time. Since we don't really have this opportunity that often, we ask the girls. You can yell it out.
Oh,
the
yeah,
actors
there you
wise,
go.
Thor or Aquaman?
Chris Hemsworth or Jason Momoa? Who's better looking?
I would agree.
All right.
I
so
also agree as the third woman on the show, Chris Hemsworth.
there you go.
I would go with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa, he's almost like too creepily good looking.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, like,
No, no,
I'm
he's like-
too
he's a-
aroused by this fella.
I don't like
he-
that he doesn't wear shoes. I feel like it's
What?
too. It's a little douchey.
You're not wearing shoes right now. You know that, right?
I'm not barefoot, and I'm in my house. No, he like goes to award shows and doesn't wear shoes because he's all like, you know.
If you look like that, you would have a shoe. You could be shoes optional everything.
Sure, I just feel like it's a
People would
weird
be
move. It's an
would be
unnecessary flex. I
People
don't
would be
think.
fine.
Yeah.
I'd walk around with like a
Weird.
clown nose on.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter.
Right. All right. I'm going
Hi,
back.
Mom. My mom's watching.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Ma.
I'm going back to my question.
Okay, yes.
Superman.
Mom, who's sexier, Jason Momoa or Chris Hemsworth?
Put it in.
Go
Come on.
ahead and answer that question.
Come on, everybody in the comments.
would answer
Jason
that
Momoa
question.
or Chris Helmsworth.
Hello, handsome young man. Well, she must be talking to Brian.
Of course she was.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Aussie
Absolutely.
says Matt. Yep.
Best Superman actor.
Okay.
I'm going to make you answer this question.
Okay.
I'm only familiar with really two.
First of all, there's a new one added. Have you guys seen Superman and Lois on the
I have
CW?
not. I have not.
No.
The premise is actually really cool. They really, in the first episode, they spend 3 minutes doing a quick backstory of Superman being shot down. But then they go into, he's already met Lois, they get married, she knows who he is. And that's where the series picks up, is they have 2 teenage boys.
Okay.
So it's kind of an older Superman dealing with teenage boys, and they move back to Smallville.
Right.
And
You're getting on
It's not
clipped.
happening. I see. I
getting on
should
clip.
have added like a flannel or
I'm
something
working with
because it's
fucking
just,
amateurs here.
it's just falling off.
Come on.
It's
Yeah.
just things are
Too
happening.
too much muscle. There, too many pecs.
Yeah, right. I just
bursting.
oh, there it goes again. There it goes. I'm probably screaming into this
Clipping
thing
to
because I'm
all the
looking
hair
at it.
underneath there.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Go ahead. So he's like an older Superman.
Yeah, older Superman dealing, and I think one of the kids, or maybe both, you don't know yet, has some powers and dealing with that. And so.
Okay.
But I guess he's up. You know, I'm just naming that as an A. I wanted to bring it up in the podcast a couple times ago, but I forgot. But he's in there. I mean, he's not more handsome, or are we doing handsome still, or are we doing?
No, it's
best
your
actor?
best portrayal
Yeah.
of
Okay.
Superman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jason Momoa is
Beast.
getting some more
Beast.
more votes here with Carrie and
Yeah, I see. My mom was
And,
a
your
Jason
mom.
Momoa. Yeah, I know she's a fan.
Sarah says Thor, hands down.
Yeah.
Aquaman sucked. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go, if you're going just best acted. I'm going Henry Cavill.
So I thought I only knew two, and then I started thinking. So the two that I thought of.
There's Dean
ori-
Cain. Remember Dean Cain?
He was one that popped in later, but I was initially thinking Christopher Reeves.
That's the correct answer.
See,
And
you think Christopher Reeves? I think because that's the one you grew up with. That's the one you remember.
No.
but isn't that what we
When's the
do
last
with
time you
Michael
went back and
Keaton?
watched
Isn't
one
that
of
the
the
same
movies?
thing?
The movie, I know they're not going to hold up.
Okay,
Okay,
they don't.
But
I just
from
watched one.
No, but he had the best, in my opinion, combination of Clark Kent and Superman. So he was Superman, just like the comics. He got it. Christopher Reeve understood that character. He was like, his normal was Superman, and he had to play the goofy clown Clark Kent to blend in.
Okay.
So
okay.
he had that down perfectly. So that's the correct answer. Christopher Reeve
Did you see the Donner cut?
of the second one.
Yeah.
I have not, which is strange. I haven't seen that, but I haven't seen it.
I've never seen it either. Actually, I didn't even know it existed until I watched a video the other day.
We should watch it. Yeah.
And the clips they were showing in this video, it looks like a good movie, especially compared to what was put in the theaters.
I don't know how to feel. Your mom we're getting your mom going now.
Yeah, she's got the fire emojis,
Yeah.
and she's
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel. about that.
Skinner, Michael Skinner. Is that
Yeah.
Skinner from
Yes,
Gen
Skinner
X?
from-
All right,
yeah,
he agrees
Skinner.
that Aquaman sucks
right.
as well.
That's right.
All righty.
Hold on.
Hi Lane, hi Ollie, hi boys.
If Nick,
Them boys.
if you got Nick Mom's going,
Nick's mom's going.
Nick's.
That's really the goal.
Dean also is
going.
edited on the podcast.
That's our
Grammar,
Partly there's
not
a
the strong
ribbon.
suit.
That
Edited
is
out a
that is
lot.
our primary goal.
Is to get-
every episode.
Nick's mom going.
Yes.
All right. Hold on. I want to test something out.
Yeah.
Can we do it a quick test real quick?
Thank you. You just throw it to me. Thanks, love.
Oh, that's actually
There we
happened.
go.
Beast.
Oh, we're gonna do a real quick test.
Get these
It's,
massive chest muscles.
you gotta hide that stuff.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Just hope I don't rip the back
Brian,
out of this.
look into the camera.
Yeah.
Take your hands and stroke the beard.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
It's real nice.
He's gonna break the internet right here.
There it goes.
That's
There it
right.
goes.
The
My mom says she's really going now.
views are skyrocketing.
Alrighty.
Views
Oh,
are
your mom said you
skyrocketing.
got your first caller. We can have your mom as
Oh,
your first caller.
oh.
Do so.
Get
Let's
her on
do
there.
This will be awesome.
Wait, that doesn't go that way.
Can you add people through there? I don't know how to.
I don't think.
Well, you can do it on the thing, right? Is there a
should be
button
able
on
to.
the actual thing to request?
I don't know. I don't know how to do it on the iPad.
Okay, let's see.
Well, what we're gonna do?
He's actually calling me now. Hold on. Is
Who
there
is?
a lane? That's not. Hold on.
Oh,
You
I
have
see.
to request.
I see.
So they have to request?
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and request.
Let's do it that way, buddy. Let's do a request to join video. There should be an option. Brian, was that in the bottom corner, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think he's gonna get it. Yeah.
Okay. That's at the bottom. There's a. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a key tab, buddy. Get to the bottom there, and you can call in.
Or just put him on speaker. If he calls back again, that's certainly fine. Too.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever's easier.
Okay.
Michael Skinner says he was the first human equivalent of the comic. No one close was portrayed. See, Skinner knows. He gets it. He
It's a Gen X
understands.
thing. We don't understand.
Yeah.
I guess we're too young.
Well, you got to
maybe-
remember that too, because when we were boys,
Mm-hmm.
I mean there was nothing like that at all. When
Yeah.
you first saw Christopher Reeve step out there
Also, when you guys were
wearing
bored,
that
you
suit
listened to
and
Fireside Chats.
flying in outer space across the Earth, that was pretty something. That was impactful. What's that?
Yeah.
I said also when you were bored, you guys listened to Fireside Chats.
That's right. That's right. To tune into the. Yep.
Yeah.
Right after the Little Orphan Annie.
Right.
Yep.
The Shadow.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so let me see.
Stop hanging it up on your son.
Well, he's
God,
not
he
calling
just
me. I'm
keeps
waiting
hanging
for him
right
to
up
call.
on him.
No, I'm waiting for him to call back. So,
Yeah, it's-
buddy, if you can't figure out how to call into the or get on the video, then
Okay,
call me again, and I'll
Here it
put
is.
you on
Ignoring
speaker.
it is the green button.
Oh, is a green
need to
button
hit the
at the
green
bottom
button.
by all the like buttons and things like
and
that.
then it'll bring up an option that says send request.
Send request.
Okay.
So
And
they
then
can
it's us
see
to
your
answer the request.
handsome face on here.
Right.
Say that again.
Okay. There's a green button
Where?
down at the bottom next to
There.
write the comments.
What's that?
And you click that, and then it will bring up,
Something,
would you
there's
like
a-
Convincing Idiots live
something in
video?
there.
And then it'll send an invitation,
Let's maybe put it on speaker.
in theory.
Okay, we have a caller. See that little red thing at the? Let's see. Hello, sir.
Hi!
Hi.
guys!
Sun Lane is here. Hello.
Hey!
Hey. So, who do you think is more attractive, Aquaman or
Hold on,
Thor?
you're going to need him a little closer to that.
Aquaman or Thor? Who's more attractive, Lane?
I definitely think... I definitely think that, Aquaman...
Okay,
Also,
the brunettes.
I think that
Okay.
the movie is a lot better.
Yeah. Okay, agree to disagree.
Okay.
I feel like
Okay.
he's busting my balls now, but okay, that's fine.
All right.
You really think Aquaman is better than any Thor movie that you've seen? Did you
Yeah.
see The Dark World?
Sarah's chiming in with Aquaman.
Yes, I have.
All right, all right. So we've got a vote for Aquaman there.
Here, can you show me to the crowd?
I can show you the crowd, but you're on
Yeah.
a phone,
Yeah, so
You
many.
can see that.
There's Lane's
You can see a little
face.
bit there.
a
There you go.
Aw.
Okay, so who is your... okay, let's do this. Who is your favorite superhero, and which, if there are multiple versions, which is your favorite version of that superhero? So, like, which actor? So, who would you say your favorite superhero is?
Definitely Batman.
Batman. Okay, that's great. So, out of the... Well, I don't know that you've seen them all, but which is your favorite version of Batman? Would it be Batman versus Superman Batman? Would it be the Dark Knight Batman? Would it be Batman and Robin Batman?
George Clooney.
Okay, I'm gonna have to bump you off the show because
Right,
that's
that's-
2 strikes and
Just hang
You know,
up on this caller. This caller's nuts.
so. All right,
You're breaking up there.
yeah, we're going through a tunnel.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
we gotta go, buddy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, but we're gonna get moving on here. Lane, thank you for calling in, sir.
Wait, can't I just like go with you guys on the podcast?
Well, you can watch us on there, buddy, but we appreciate you coming on and talking to us.
You're going to hear a disappointed child right here live.
Wait,
There,
we are what now?
there might be other people that want to talk to us. Probably not, but maybe.
No, please, can I just...
Okay. Okay, buddy. I'm sorry, but we're gonna keep moving the topic on, okay?
Please.
Watch Nick hang up on his son here.
What to do? No, buddy. Look, hey, we appreciate you calling in, okay?
Yep.
And please feel free to keep commenting and things like that. And actually, if we can get you to call in a little bit and get your face on the actual feed, that'd be great. But remember, we've got other people that may or may not want to talk to us.
That's right. Now we'll call you. You don't have to call us anymore.
Can you guys try and get me on the feed?
You'd have to request. We'll see, okay? We'll try. But right now, we're just recording. So I'm going to let you go. I'll talk to you later. I love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
That was good.
All
All
right.
right.
Our first caller in. That was good.
Yeah.
I like it. It
was always my favorite part when you're watching QVC and they call in and they're like, I really love that golden bracelet, and they're like, okay, well, thanks for calling in. Like, no, but wait a minute, there's more. No, my son is the best. He really is. He's got his own podcast, by the way, and YouTube channel, so he's definitely he enjoys the spotlight. So I appreciate him calling in.
I think you'd be remiss if you didn't tell them what the name of the podcast
Well, the name of the podcast
Right.
is Lane's World, just like Wayne's World, but Lane with the L, and it's Lane TV on YouTube.
There you go.
So there we go. Yep.
You probably have as many subscribers as we do.
He actually,
more.
last time I checked, he had more on YouTube than we do.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You guys you can't allow that out
Yeah.
there. Come on.
Now
you guys
he
are
is-
watching
he
He likes
this right.
Aquaman. We need to beat him.
And George Clooney.
Right.
If you guys are watching this right now, please give us a subscribe for crying out loud.
Right,
Or
yes,
we'll hang up
please.
on you too. for
Please,
that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, where were we? I apologize. Where were?
That's all right. It was,
the Superman.
Superman.
The Superman.
Superman.
Superman family.
I think we agreed it was Christopher Reeve.
Well, I don't.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
there
I
was an
don't think
agreement
I even.
there,
I think
no.
you and Skinner agreed, and I think
Right.
you just started moving on.
How about just? You don't have to go through any lists or anything. Just in general, any that pops in your mind. It's just like this actor's portrayal of this character is hard to beat in any.
What
It would
was
be
the-
Marvel or DC or whatever.
So I shouldn't name off the whole cast of KRP in Cincinnati.
Not that. I'm talking about superhero.
Have you ever seen Johnny Fever spin a record?
He's good.
He's a
Venus
superhero.
Flytrap was pretty. He was heroic back on that show.
That duo there. I'd like to have seen a spin-off of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Never seen.
Nick,
That's
you know
why I
what
have.
I'm
That's
talking
why I have
about?
the. That's why I have the Leafs game on actually for moments like this, where I can just.
That's a late
Yeah.
70s.
No,
thing.
he's right. Yeah.
You weren't,
So
you weren't even around yet.
Yep. No. I've heard of it.
So
Go ahead.
any portrayal, right?
Any portrayal.
Any portrayal of any
portrayal.
superhero. So we're talking TV, film, whatever.
of a superhero.
Can I just ask real quick before
Sure.
we totally move on from Superman? Who was the guy from Smallville? Tom something?
Wellington?
Wellington?
As the young Superman, he was
Yeah,
good.
that was the TV series on like the CW or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Smallville.
All right.
We mentioned Dean Cain.
Yeah, one of our members of our live studio audience was a fan of Dean Cain.
That's right.
That's a good call, beautiful stranger. Thank you.
Yeah, we have bleachers here built off camera.
Yes, right.
That's-
In my
that's right,
basement.
That's right.
Goes up into the living room. It's kind of awkward when you're upstairs, but it's
Well,
for
COVID,
aesthetically, it's cool down here. yeah.
COVID restrictions,
Of course.
and so
Yeah.
forth. We had to keep it.
They're in pods.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
Not the normal pods that keeps people in his basement in.
right.
That's right.
The special ones. Okay.
Oh, that's a good call,
So
Sarah.
now you guys can see live the difficulty that I have at trying to reel this in. You see that? Just got to keep it reeled
I'm
in.
professional and don't
reeled
play
in.
loud
Yeah.
music and loud talking from my devices while doing a damn podcast. So I don't know about reeling in here.
You're
Ladies and
essentially
gentlemen, I think we can see who the professional out of us is. I may be the crudest one, but god damn it, am I a professional?
look at his hat. Of course, he's a professional. He's kind of laid back, but also professional.
I also should be drinking a mint julep.
I agree. Yeah, like a Panama Jack hat. Yeah.
Oh, it's hot here, ain't it? Oh, boy.
Sarah with a good call here on Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. Were you guys a fan of that movie?
Yes,
I
I did. I
I
was.
loved it.
I did like
and
the-
I thought
yes.
I couldn't enjoy anyone's portrayal of that character more than Heath Ledger. I thought it was a lost cause, but wow.
What do you say? What do we say?
It's like glitching on here.
Are we glitching to anyone that's watching?
Yeah, mention on here, everybody. Are we glitching? Or does Robin just have a shitty phone?
Is it glitching on? Is it glitching on video?
I
or
didn't
are we
update the
streaming
Wi-Fi
okay?
to deal with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are we allowed to curse on Facebook? Did we decide?
Minimal.
Minimal.
I've been told minimal.
So I didn't upgrade my internet to deal
Right.
with this shit. I can say shit. Shit's fine. Maybe not 4 times.
you
Well, hopefully it's not glitching on live. Is it streaming live? Are we? Or is it okay live?
I'm watching this move
I'm
live.
watching it live.
Yeah.
Allie says no, we're not.
No, it's not glitching. Okay, that's
So
good.
maybe it's
That's
okay.
good.
Okay, so Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
I had kind of the, I wouldn't say opposite reaction. I don't like Joaquin Phoenix, so I was expecting to hit
Really?
it because of Joaquin
As an
Phoenix.
actor?
Correct.
You just don't like his face? Is it some weird
Yeah.
thing? You think he's a bad actor? Because
I don't like his
a really
face,
good
and I
actor.
think he's an overactor.
Okay.
I think he makes up for the hair lip by overacting, and it bothers me.
See, I really like him as an actor. Always have. But I know, yeah, it's one of those things. Some people just have
Right.
you just don't like. I don't like that guy, whatever. But yeah, I
loved his portrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don Harvey. Don Harvey
Look at
says
that.
we're okay.
Oh, your dad.
Look at
Your dad
Pop's
stopped.
coming in.
Hey.
Hello, Dad.
Hey, your dad stopped watching MASH for 30 minutes.
Your
to
real,
check in.
yeah, his real favorite
right.
son is his real favorite son's doing a podcast. He's not gonna miss it. Hi. And Dean's here.
And I'm with him.
Yeah. Bonus
But he's here like everybody else for Brian.
for Brian. Yeah,
Yeah, of
absolutely.
course.
They just feel for it.
Absolutely.
They feel
Absolutely.
sympathy for him, trying to wrangle the. It's like the dog walker with all
Right.
the dogs, and they're pulling them in different
I'm,
directions.
I'm bringing them in.
Reel us in. Yep.
Your mom says we're fine too. So did Allie.
Okay,
good.
cool.
So
Thank
we're-
you guys.
we're
Thank you.
fine.
Appreciate
Thank you
that.
for
And again, I'd like to take a minute to say right now there are 13 people watching.
And
we
let's say
appreciate
hello
Lucky-
to John
and
Hogue,
every one of
who
you.
just
The
came in.
hostster?
Look at that.
No.
He is. He's watching.
Hoagie Bear's watching. Nice.
Obviously, your son stopped watching after you hung up on him. So
Well,
He's
yeah.
out.
I would stop watching if you hung up
Rudely.
on me.
rudely.
Yeah,
After I begged you and pleaded for you to keep me upon your podcast, and you hang up on me?
I know. Yeah.
You son of a...
It's a little messed up. Well, he should
It is
make
messed
better
up.
choices in superhero movies and
Okay, I'll
superhero
give you that.
portrayals.
I'll give you that.
Again,
You should have hung
George
up on me.
Clooney,
That's a good
Aquaman.
point.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
gotta
come on.
you gotta do better.
That's a
Come on.
good point.
All right, best.
Get back.
Just
come
get-
on. Come on. Come on here. Get back
That-
here.
right, straight
Just
up.
go straight
for the
to-
fifth time.
Straight to it.
Straight to it.
Straight to it.
Straight
Okay.
to your favorite actor, whoever it is, bad guy, good guy. you're
Zachary
portraying.
Quinto in Heroes as Siler.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was upset when you guys just stuck to like DC and Marvel for our superhero bracket.
Wow.
Because
boy.
At least season one. Am I right? Season one? Zachary Quintos in Heroes?
he's the top.
Oh, he was the bad guy. Like
I
in the
understand.
Heroes. Yeah. He was freaking awesome.
Okay, I'll give you one more. Give me your favorite good guy then.
Okay. Favorite good guy? I mean, I'm partial to Superman, but
Actor portrayal, playing
actor
you know what I'm
portrayal,
saying.
not just the character. Okay.
Just
So we don't have silence.
Johnny, chug.
You,
Hey, John told me to chug. I'm going to chug.
Oh.
So here we go.
chug to John.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. All right.
Nick, give me yours.
Okay, so
Dean's still thinking.
right off the top of my head, I don't know, without giving it too much thought.
Villain and hero.
I'll give you a little bit of. So my favorite portrayal of a character, I would have to say, as it's been mentioned before, I'm a big fan of Black Panther. I thought that movie was perfection. So Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. He was the perfect portrayal of what I don't know of anyone else who's ever portrayed T'Challa, but I would go with Chadwick Boseman. If we're going off of a character who multiple people have portrayed, I'm a big fan of the current Spider-Man, Tom Holland. I think
do
he
like that
plays.
kid. Yeah.
He really does play that part of the young Peter Parker, like almost he's very,
Okay.
adolescent, childlike. I mean,
But he still
he's
seems
but he's
smart.
relatable. Yes, he is smart.
Right. Like
Like Andrew Garfield was too cool to be Peter Parker.
Yes.
I didn't believe he's too cool. He's
and who
not
was the
like
other guy? The other kid.
Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
Tobey Maguire was good.
good.
But
He's
he
good
was
Peter Parker.
too awkward. Like he was awkward and not the Peter Parker awkward.
Sure.
He was awkward. Like I'm not exactly sure why I'm in this movie. They paid me.
Tom Holland is like a perfected.
I
Like,
agree.
Tobey Maguire was fine. I think they
agree.
perfected it with Tom Holland.
I think if you're going to go actor portrayal of a character that is true to it, Robert Downey Jr. was pretty damn good. I mean, because you had
Yeah.
that playboy, and apparently it was a. I mean, if you think about it, it's a lot like how his life actually was. You know what I mean? He did a lot of the same thing in his youth, and
Yeah.
and the womanizing, and he had the money. I mean, I guess he didn't go into the drugs that Robert Downey Jr. did, but
You didn't read that series?
I missed that one.
You're
I guess it was alcohol, so
Sure.
I guess
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
kind of equate that.
Drug of its own. I suppose.
solid Tony Stark. I agree with you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Okay, so your villain is you have Siler on
Siler,
Heroes,
Zachary Quintos,
Robert
Siler.
Downey Jr. as Tony Stark,
Yeah.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
And then you have
My villain would I still as much as I love Joaquin Phoenix, that Heath Ledger Joker is perfection. It's I love the version of the villain that is that level of just the anarchist, that he's not in it to he didn't, a lot of villains, there was the phrase that every villain is a hero in his own book, right?
Right. They think they're doing the right thing.
But he truly was just in it for that version of him. I mean, had his own, both mental and physical scars on his life that led him down that path, but he just wanted to watch the world burn.
Yep.
And there's something really cool about a character like that there's no reasoning with. Heath Ledger Joker.
Okay.
There's no reasoning
If
with
I had to go
like
just
that.
movies, he would be my number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what about you, Brian?
Yeah.
Well, the correct answer, of course, is Burgess Meredith as the Penguin in the 1966.
If I had a full beer, I would cheers you right now, but I don't.
No,
That's a hint.
he was a fun
For
penguin.
anybody
No.
who's close to
No,
a
you're right. The correct
refrigerator.
the correct answer for the villain
watching
is
the game.
correct answer for the villain is definitely Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
For sure, no question about it. Hero wise, now see, I'm kind of torn here a little bit. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is hard to beat.
Teamwork
Tony
makes the
Stark.
dream work.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, though. Did you guys see that?
I was aiming for the trash can.
Did you just break the TV?
No.
What did you do, Richard?
No. Sorry, go on.
Just a
Yes.
Commercial break in progress.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Good golly. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
You know what? I thought I
one
was
of
going to
my
get ridiculed
favorite-
if I would have said it.
I cannot. No, listen. I can't. He's another one too. It's like I can't picture any other actor playing Wolverine after Hugh Jackman. He had the
Has anyone else played him?
no. He had the
You sure Burgess Meredith didn't play him?
Curtis Meredith. I'm Wolverine.
my claws, eh?
Yeah. No, I can't picture anybody else. Someone else is going to have to in the new
Right.
Marvel universe. So it'll be interesting how they portray that. But it's like Tony Stark. I can't imagine someone other than Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark. Other actors can play the other heroes and do fine. Those two guys, for me though, they really help. They really define those
I agree.
characters
Yeah.
in the movie. So
Okay.
There you
Real
go.
quick, to bounce off that, my father chimes in.
your favorite is Tom Hanks.
Well, I don't think he was quite aware of the concept, but it actually gives me a
Tom
good
Hanks is the
question.
Riddler.
Who
in,
was it?
yeah.
That's what I was about to ask. My father came up with a good question in
ahead.
his own way.
Sure.
If you were to put Tom Hanks, which he's America's sweetheart, if you were to put Tom Hanks
already know it.
as any character, any comic book character,
Ooh.
who would it be?
Mr. Fantastic.
Ooh, all right, that's not bad.
Too old. I don't mean it in a mean way. He's just
Okay.
he's too old now for Mr. Fantastic. So he's more of the. See, I like Michael Douglas as Henry Pym. See that he.
Was
he's
he a
got
superhero?
Yeah, Henry
Okay.
Pym was the original Ant-Man.
Okay, all right.
So and
I get that.
Giant Man, the same
Right.
character, right?
Right.
But no, but Tom Hanks. So he's that scientist type guy.
Yeah,
he's
that's
at least a
pretty good.
supporting character of
Right.
some
Sure.
sort here.
Actually,
Oh, I know what he could do. Go ahead.
I was going to say, with the scape of the Marvel Universe, and as many people have, it's actually kind of incredible that Tom Hanks hasn't been in any
That's
of them
true.
yet. I mean, for Christ's sake, Sam Jackson is Nick Fury. I mean, it's someone of his level. It's
Sure.
kind of surprising that he's not been
Right.
somewhere. In
Michael
some-
Keaton as the Vulture was fantastic.
That was cool.
That
I
was
like
awesome.
that. Yeah.
I got one for Tom Hanks. Go ahead, finish your
Maybe he might be a little old. Maybe you take a few years off, but he could have played a good Hulk. He could have been a good Bruce Banner.
thought. Yeah. See, so that's what I'm saying. It's along the same line. So
Right.
hear me out here.
All right.
Tom Hanks as Dr. Kurt Connors, who becomes the Lizard
Ooh,
in the
I
Spider-Man.
like that.
So Kurt Connors was a very
Yeah.
brilliant scientist, right?
So
and he lost
you're-
his arm.
You're going to put him as a bad guy.
Regenerate.
I like that.
I think he
I
would
like
do great
that.
in that
I
role.
like
So
that.
he's a brilliant scientist, right? He lost his arm, and he had to come up with his idea was to make a cure and regenerate limbs like a lizard, but it went wrong, and it made him an actual lizard, and he's not himself when he's the lizard.
Right,
He's evil.
right.
So
What's
about-
the name of
Or
the guy that
Hollywood,
played in-
there you go.
Could he have
Tom-
done Doc Ock?
no,
That's another- ooh.
you know what the guy that did him
He did
is-
great. And he's
he's
coming
Well,
back.
that's who I was going to say.
He's
That's who
coming
they're
back.
bringing
Yeah,
back.
I can't think
But
of his name.
I'm thinking, not could he have done it better, but could he have done it, in general? Could he have pulled it off?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. The other guy did it too well. I don't know.
real quick,
Could
I
have
want
done it
to.
maybe. Yeah, now that
So
I
I
say it.
just like to call out.
I'd like to see him as more bad guys. Not even
Kirk
the
Connors.
superheroes. If
Hear
he
me
was
out
more
there.
bad guy.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Robin says that she has yet to see a good Joker, which you didn't even like Jack Nicholson or anything. There's no version of the Joker.
Really?
Not even Mark Hamill as the voice of the Joker in the animated series.
Cesar Romero. Now hear me out here.
There you go.
The Batman. He wouldn't even shave his mustache.
Actually, there is. I saw a picture the other day, and it showed the criminal who was the idea for the Joker.
The smiling man.
Yes.
That was a creepy movie.
And Cesar Romero was probably the closest to him.
Sure. Yeah, he looked like that character. All right, let's get off.
What is that? What is that? Real quick. What is that red
That's a
bubble?
TV.
Is that
You're horrible at this game.
Oh, dickhead! The red bubble in the corner. Is that somebody requesting to? Because I don't know if anyone's. What does that thing do? Is that people trying to get on?
No, that's comments coming through.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't see from back
That's
here.
right.
I see us, but I can't see
Tom
the fine
Hanks is
details.
Mighty Mouse. That's a good one.
Yeah, no.
That's a good one.
It'd be fun.
Okay.
Oh, we've talked John Hogan.
No, that is.
Oh,
So
okay.
somebody's.
That must have
somebody's
been Lane.
Oh, that was Lane.
Oh yeah, so we just don't know how
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
Facebook Live.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, just hit the X there.
Now, do you see any?
I didn't see that. No.
Okay.
Well, because it's on, like, that's what's
Yeah, you have to do
broadcasting,
it
so
through
we're
there.
just viewing it. Is
Ah,
what's
okay.
happening.
So all right, anybody else want to come on?
The good thing is we talked
we
John
have-
Hogan to having another beer with us. So
All
that's
right,
good.
John.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we do have some requests.
We're
All
good
right, How did you
influence.
get back there? So sorry.
No, you're good.
So as we look at Brian's man pecs,
Yeah.
Good thing there's no mic on that bad boy. That thing be popping off and putting somebody's eye out.
Okay. Now you're.
there's a TM phrase that comes to my mind.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready for the star power here?
Who is this?
Are you ready for
Let's
the
do
star
it.
power?
What do we got? I can't wait. I can't.
Star power.
Let's see.
here.
Who do we have here?
Who are we
Star
bringing
power
on?
here.
First guest.
Sort of.
First visual guest.
Maybe.
Yep.
It's like the
That's it.
Royal Rumble, the music. Hey!
Yeah.
There he
Look at
is.
that. Proper guest now.
What up, buddy? We can't hear him. Why can't we hear him?
I know.
Because I bet your phone's on silent.
Oh,
so
that's
click the
why.
thing off the vibrate.
Yep. There you go.
Hold on, buddy. We can't hear you.
That's why. Yeah, you got that.
We see your lovely face, but we can't hear you.
Let it all in.
Okay, go. Holler there. Hi, guys. Still can't hear you.
You know why? Probably because I'm plugged in.
Oh, and
I'm
you
plugged
don't have
into
the
the
mic.
lavabo.
Oh,
Plugged in the lavabo
that is a
there.
problem.
Okay.
So we won't be able to hear anybody if
No,
they
we
come
can,
on.
no, we can't. We can fix this. We can fix this.
There
he is.
Can you guys hear me now?
Our mics are off
They
right
can't
now.
hear us
So
as well.
See
So yeah.
yourselves up on the TV?
yeah.
You up there?
I'm on
we
my
don't.
TV.
Well, you're up there now too, right?
Yep.
Another one.
Yep. All right, we brought you on in protest, even though that you like Aquaman the movie. So, you understand? Yep. Yep. Is Aquaman still your favorite movie?
We're on
That's right. Is Aquaman still your favorite movie?
Yeah.
Hey, Laney. Is Aquaman still your favorite? Who's your favorite Batman? May I
Not
ask you that question?
not exactly my favorite movie.
Okay. Well, who's your favorite Batman?
Have
Have you reconsidered?
Batman, I've actually got to say is like one of the later ones or like Justice League.
Mm.
Michael Keaton.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Do they have to be from the cinematic universe?
You have 4 seconds to answer that question. I'm going to hang up on you.
Just say Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
There you go.
good answer.
There you go.
Yay.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, we got to plug back in. We got to plug back in.
Love you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Love you, Lane. Love you, Ollie.
Sorry.
oh.
There you go.
Call him back. Quick on the trigger. Oh, it's Matt.
I was really hoping to hang up on him. I was really hoping. I was really
Here we
hoping
go.
to hang up on his son like that. But that's okay. Go, poor Lane.
Here comes Maddie.
Yeah.
The glass shatters, and who's coming into the Royal
That's
Rumble
right.
next? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Well, he's really putting the suspense on this shit.
Yeah.
Now we know our mics are off. We had to unplug so we can
So
hear
we're
you
gonna
guys.
talk louder.
Yeah, so
So-
sorry guys, the audio's not great.
Yeah. So, no answer. Okay.
Robin.
No answer. I'm going to plug back in.
Matthew.
I'm going to plug back in.
Somebody joins to see how
Okay.
how far distance we sound.
Right, there we go.
You know what I
Just
mean?
to see how it sounds.
The
Yeah.
mics are back on.
All right.
Okay.
We're
Well,
back in
try,
full
if you
audio.
can get back, try it again. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll try again in
sorry,
a
I'm
minute.
still
Come on,
screaming,
Matt.
and now the mic's on.
Yep.
Got to keep that in mind.
Thank you, Lane, for calling. I'm
Yes,
just, I'm
thank
just
you.
kidding.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate you guys.
Yep.
So it was just
Love you,
kidding.
boys.
Just kidding.
I mean, Brian and I appreciate you. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I
don't need to appreciate them. I give them a place to live, and I feed them and whatnot.
I have not hung up on you. Brian and your father have hung
kid.
up on you. I have not. So that's all I'm saying. You take upon who
Actually,
your favorite idiot is.
Brian hung up on him most recently.
That's right.
So
That's right. That's
There
right.
you
Have you ever talked to Brian on the phone? He'll hang up on any motherfucker.
That's right. Yep. Right on my own mother. To get back to the
Of
topic.
course.
right, yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
You can answer that. phone.
No one comes
Right.
second to this. No
Mm-mm.
one.
Yep.
No one. This is for life.
That's right.
That might be blood, but this
What is the thing?
This
The
is
NWO for life.
likes.
For life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm.
For yeah.
Yeah.
For life. Yeah.
All
right, let's-
Loser.
We'll get off superhero topics for now. There.
Two. Wait. Just two. Or no, they do this.
Yeah, that's the.
Sweet.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. All right. Wrestling fans out there? Anybody wrestling?
We got the topic up there.
We do. We do. Yeah, we got
Go ahead.
wrestling.
Go ahead.
I don't know if there's enough people to care about that, but
No, there's not.
I don't watch wrestling anymore.
I just watched Just Too Sweet, and it might be the most
Is it
badass
too-
thing
was it
you and
too
I have ever
sweet?
done.
Was it
It
too
was
sweet?
too sweet.
Oh,
Way
man.
too sweet.
Anyway.
All right. Pick a random topic, Nick. We have a
Okay,
a
so
notebook. Yeah, go ahead.
wrestlers. We kind of started on that.
Let's
I
talk
don't
about
watch anymore, but I watched. It was a big deal when I was a kid. From,
Okay.
Late '80s, early '90s, all the way up to early 2000s.
Well,
I watched it.
Here,
pretty heavily.
this will be easier than to go ahead and think
My
about.
mom wants to talk more about Jason Momoa.
Well, who doesn't? Really?
It looks like a wrestler.
He does.
yeah.
He easily could. Actually, he could have easily done the wrestler instead of like Mickey Rooney. Rourke. Mickey Rooney.
No, well, but for the plot of that
Yeah,
show,
I
you need
guess.
the washed up,
Right.
older guy still trying to, make it. So
True.
One of the
Jason
saddest
Momoa
movies
looks
I
not
ever
at
saw.
all washed
Actually,
up. He
oddly
looks
enough,
like he washed up from
out of me being the wrestling fan out of this trio here, never seen the movie.
Oh, you should watch that.
Yeah.
Really?
Never seen it.
It's
Here,
good.
Now
You get to see Marissa Tomei's The Word You Like, but I'm
Sad.
not going to say.
Her
Sad.
breasticles?
Her breast.
Sad.
I don't like that one.
I will change it every fucking
I
time.
like breast.
breasticles.
Yes.
Come on, that's not offensive, is it?
We
Is
don't like
breasticles
breast.
offensive?
I don't like breast.
Hold on. We got somebody. Caller.
Who's
You're on
trying
the
to use
air.
it? Okay.
Matt, here
we'll
we
try
go.
This again.
All right,
Matt, how do you
we-
feel? Wait,
So, everybody, we're going to try to talk louder so Matt can hear us. We have to unplug. We'll figure it out next time how the audio will work when we have callers. Actually, we won't know until Matt actually picks up the phone. So,
Matt, how do you feel about the term breasticles?
come on.
Thumbs down. Yeah.
What do you call them? Boobies?
With a calculator?
That's where he learned it. He's giggling by himself.
We mean well, everyone, by the way.
I know.
We all accepting. But
right.
Brian and I mean well.
It's not
Matt-
working.
Matt, you've used a phone before, correct?
John likes the term.
Thank you,
John likes it.
Nope. Okay. That's fine.
And John Hoag's opinion counts for more than just like the average one.
Do you like the term breasticles? Am I out of place? Am I wrong with the term breasticles? I used another term on other podcasts, which I was reprimanded for, that I'm not allowed to use anymore.
Not reprimanded.
You didn't see Brian in private. He beat me senseless about the arms, shoulder, and head.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You
right.
might as well pick off the weakest parts of you.
Actually, he'd have to go lower for the weakest part.
What about wrestlers?
Wrestlers are cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrestlers.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
For wrestlers,
Mhm.
we talked about it when we originally thought of the idea. Mount Rushmore. It'll be easier than to think of
I
like
like
just
that.
random
Okay.
I like that.
wrestlers that we like.
I like that. Your Mount
Okay.
Rushmore.
Who is your
of
Mount Rushmore of wrestlers?
a professional wrestler.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we doing a unified?
You
or
will. Let's
No,
go
I
with
think
personal.
of each personal. So
Personal,
what? There's
okay.
Mhm.
four Mount Rushmore.
That's right.
I would go if you're gonna go fan reaction or how much money they made or
Mhm.
For
okay,
whatever reason. Yeah. Okay.
whatever reason.
Mhm.
It's your personal Mount Rushmore of wrestlers.
Sure. Okay.
And once again, if we do a list this type on the Facebook Live, go ahead and put it in the comment.
Mhm.
Yep.
Tell us who your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers would be.
Yep.
All right. So mine would be Ric Flair,
Okay.
Hulk Hogan,
Okay.
Andre the Giant,
Okay.
Yeah.
and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Really, no Macho Man.
No, I mean,
He just
you're
doesn't
going
make
the
it.
cream of the
Okay.
crop,
Okay.
oddly enough.
Thank you, babe. Yeah,
Could you hear us?
yeah she said it
she's-
sounds
everything's
pretty
good.
good. Pretty good. to
And
say.
Matt's having trouble, so we'll work on it, Matt. We'll get you added on here. We'll do a show.
Yeah.
Does he have a
Yeah.
rotary phone?
I think it's
Yeah, do you have a
Don-
rotary phone?
Yeah, I think so. We'll get there.
The Rock is on my mom's Mount Rushmore for sure. So
That's
There
yeah.
you go.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, I think I have mine.
ahead.
So for me, it is. I'm going to start from just my inception of when I started loving.
Is it the
wrestling.
American Dream, Dusty Rhodes?
Not the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, but it's a good one. The Ultimate Warrior. That was the first, and for no other reason other
All
than
right.
just the oomph, the appeal. That's what got us into wrestling when I
Sure.
was a kid.
Okay.
Just I mean, I know he wasn't a good technical wrestler, and it
It
wasn't.
wasn't good
So
anything.
He's
but,
the one
you know,
that's on my list just for the sheer entertainment value, and he is my introduction to wrestling. So Ultimate
Gotcha.
Warrior's got to be on it for me. And then the rest are all just because of persona and wrestling. Chris Jericho would be on my Mount Rushmore. Chris Jericho. Personally, I was a big fan of Edge, who just recently made a comeback.
He did. He's doing
Big
well.
Edge fan when he first came in and throughout. And then my favorite of all time, Bret, the Hitman Hart, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. You can't
Look
see
at
it because
that.
he's small, but that is Bret, the Hitman Hart, the excellence of execution.
I bet you say that on dates too.
You know,
You can't see this
I've been
because it's too
referred to
small,
as the
but-
excellence of execution.
No, I meant you can't see this because it's too small.
Oh, that's been said a couple times. Here and there. I say that I'm the excellence of execution. Other people say that.
And they go,
Cheers.
disqualified.
Yeah, right. To ring out. All right, Brian, who's on yours?
Yes.
Well, my knowledge is frozen in the 80s because I never watched it past the 80s.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So as a kid growing up, I was never really super into it, but I would watch it on occasion, you know. So certainly it'll be the Junkyard Dog.
Honestly,
kidding,
that
I'm
was
kidding.
in my thought. I thought you were going to say Junkyard Dog, which can't go wrong.
Right.
JYD
He's
was
good. He's good. What was the guy with the parrot?
Coco
Coco
Beware.
Beware.
Coco Beware.
Yes.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Doing this there,
I
coming
would
down
say
the road.
he was good. He was good. I would say from the 80s entertainment, you have to have Hulk Hogan. Probably
Of course.
all time, of course, right? Andre the Giant for being the spectacle
Right.
of it. For me, I used to enjoy watching Jake the Snake.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. That's actually Carter's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the DDT
Right.
or whatever he did or something like that.
And he was so good at the promos because, like, all the rest of them back then were doing the "Hey, brother" and loud. Jake was very quiet, just looking at the camera and very
But
direct.
there's a documentary on the true story of Jake the Snake. It's
That's really good.
Super depressing.
Is that the one where they the Diamond Dallas
with
Page
DDP,
one, where
yeah.
they do
The
DDT yoga
resurrection
and,
of
like,
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that one.
That was good.
Yeah.
It's very depressing.
Scott
Yes.
Hall's in that as well. They like
Yeah, when he
that's-
comes out in the wheelchair
rough.
and like bloated and
Yeah.
looked like they found him in a river.
You know what I think's actually that's not true. I was just gonna say what's interesting is that nobody had anyone who started in WCW, but that's not true. You had Ric Flair. Ric Flair did originate
Ric Flair's
in WCW
the-
World Championship Wrestling.
First of all, if you got to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Okay, so here we have a Mount Rushmore
Hold
from
on,
my
let me
boy.
say my fourth one.
I'm sorry.
Fourth one. Yes.
Who was the guy with the kilt that was in the
Roddy
Roddy Piper,
Roddy
the hot
Piper.
rod. Yeah.
Yeah, from one of my favorite science fiction
Oh,
movies. They
don't
Live.
you know?
They
If you're
Live.
gonna come down, you think you have the question?
Yeah.
I changed the answer.
Yeah, he was good. He was very good on the promos.
Yes, he was.
I came here to kick ass and
You
chew
chew
bubble
bubble
gum,
gum.
and I'm all out of bubble
gum.
gum.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. All right. What else? What other random topics do we have?
Well, we got a Mount Rushmore here from my mother. She's got Hulk Hogan also,
Yep.
Randy Savage, The Warrior, and of course Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
She was
your mother said,
big
"Oh,
fan
I
of
forgot,
Shawn Michaels.
Dusty Rhodes,
Dusty Rhodes, the American.
the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, everybody."
You
Roddy
can't-
Piper from Hogster. Yep.
You can't be first, but you can be next.
That's
right.
right. Ric Flair.
Allie
Woo!
likes Mankind. She's a Mankind fan.
There
Can't
you
go
go.
wrong with
All
Mick
right.
Foley.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
Hitman. Signed my high school ID. Matt, you have
Look
the
at-
coolest damn stories.
Wow.
Is Matt?
If you
Matt,
could figure
did
out how
we
to get your
officially
rotary
become best
phone
friends?
to call us, we'd be
Man.
on board here.
Dusty Rhodes.
We got another one. Ultimate
Lord
Warrior,
Layton.
Jake the Snake. Yep. Hulk
Oh,
Hogan and Macho Man.
Jen was a
Yeah.
huge Ultimate Warrior fan.
Yeah.
It was the hair. I think she
Yeah.
liked the hair and the tassels
Yeah.
because
That guy
of
was
the
like-
steroids that both were
Yeah.
stringy, just the same.
That guy was crazy ripped.
Can I
Ripped back
can I
then.
tell you a
Crazy.
cool story?
All
When,
right.
I would go over to my grandparents' house a lot as a kid, almost every weekend. And my Oma, who I referenced on International Women's Day, very important to me, she made me, she always was very crafty. She would make things for me to dress up or to play with or whatever. She took hair scrunchies and took pieces of yarn and tied them around there and made me arm and leg tassels for my arms and my legs so I could run down the hallway and be the ultimate warrior.
Okay.
I got to tell you, it's no wonder he was so jacked because, I mean, granted, I was a child, probably like 5 or 6.
Sure.
But running down a hallway at top speed and feeling those tassels whap against you.
Did you shake
Oh yeah,
the
and you
thing out
shake
there?
it,
Sure.
yeah, like do the whole thing. Oh my God, it's elating. It's really a good time.
It was just those regular like singular like ponytail.
It was.
And they didn't even have to stretch around his arms.
Yeah.
They stayed the
Not
same
really.
size.
I mean, they were this size and they expanded to this size. Or probably not even that much. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you making fun of my physique at 5? Is that what's happening?
Sure are.
The child, man. How ripped were you at 5?
I think we're getting to the point that you haven't changed since
Okay.
in your physique.
Well, they went a little, it's a little bit.
Okay. Did you know, real quick, that the Ultimate Warrior, his gimmick, he was supposed to be like an Indian, like a Native American?
Okay.
Did you understand that? As a kid? I didn't understand that.
It makes sense, like a war paint.
Yeah, once you
like,
hear it now.
like he was a warrior.
Yeah, once you say it now, I get it. Yeah, I didn't get it. And now I remember some of his promos about like the spirits coming.
Yeah.
As a kid, I just thought he was insane and a shitty promo. But now, if you take consideration that he was a Native American warrior,
that's wild.
Yeah,
I never knew that. And now that you say that, yeah, it all pieces. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, he's still a shitty wrestler.
Did you say that as a kid you thought he was shitty at promos?
Yeah.
So you were literally born an old man. Like the child in you wasn't just like, I don't care about his technical ability. This guy's amazing. Look at him. You're like, not good at cutting promos. Who's his media guy? I don't understand.
He's not very good on the
mic. Like
I just thought Mean Gene should have reprimanded him a lot more than he did.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Alrighty.
All right. Okay. What else you got?
I don't know. He was I don't like being put on the spot like that. What else we got? What do you want to talk about?
Well, one of the
syphilis. No?
Okay.
Oh. All right. Sorry.
Top 5.
Top 5 STDs you've ever had, Brian. Go. And you've been alive for 78 years, so this should be a really long list.
Yeah.
Would anyone from the live studio audience like to either
announce their STDs? Stop that. Don't be mean.
Come aboard or do anything. No? Nobody wants to. Anything but wrestling.
Okay.
All right. So something Nick has been wanting to talk about for a while is
transitioning.
Best uniforms, sports uniforms, jerseys.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
So any sport. How about your Mount Rushmore? How about that? We'll stick with the Mount Rushmore theme here.
Okay.
Your Mount Rushmore of sports uniforms, any sport. Let's keep it professional sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got 3.
Go ahead.
I don't have 4.
Go.
So I'm oh dude, that's Crosby. You knocked Sidney Crosby off the wall.
She not only is not going to give us topics.
Yeah. She's going to destroy my man cave down here.
You can't help. Don't fucking hinder.
Okay, so wait a minute. Before we move completely on, your dad. What's your dad? Your dad. See. Oh, here we go. History. Lord Leighton Gallagher.
Brothers TV.
Wait,
okay. So
history,
probably talking
Lord
about
Leighton Gallagher
the
brothers.
old Saturday morning ones back, when they UAB.
Okay,
yeah. They used to do. Actually, Tony Rizzo from. His dad was the announcer for those.
Oh wow!
Big time wrestling. I think it took place somewhere in Cleveland.
You were trying to give Sid another concussion. Awful. You weren't so attractive, I swear.
No roller derby or donkey basketball.
He's
man.
talking to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So my mom likes the Avalanche jerseys. Those are beauties.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about wrestlers.
No, the Avalanche. No.
Well,
I'm pretty sure. That's what I at first thought, but I'm like, I don't know what wrestlers are called the Avalanche, but I know she always liked those sweaters. Yeah, those are nice. So three off the top.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that might the ones they're wearing now again from the '90s. That might be
You're good.
So I don't know in what order, but It's a combination. Obviously, I'm a Raptors fan, and I love the Barney uniforms, the dinosaur when they first came in.
Yep.
I have a Vince Carter one.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wearing that this Sunday at the Cavs
Very
game.
90s.
I may be wearing that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very 90s. I love the 90s stuff. So that one definitely. Possibly my favorite is the old Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, with the duck bill mask with the crossed hockey sticks.
Oh, like the TV show.
Yes.
The movie.
The movie, right.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
they started in the movie, they had those real green ones with a duck, but then they upgraded and they had the real, and when the Mighty Ducks became a team based off that movie, that's what they wore. And man, that was my team growing up because of those movies. And
did you see the leaked online? They did the photos behind the scenes.
Yes.
They have the original cast back with the Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, very cool.
Movie.
Yeah.
Or it's a TV show.
It's a TV show. Yeah, it's going to be on Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus.
Disney
right.
Plus.
Disney
Yep.
Plus.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So definitely those two. Those are the first two immediately. Mm-hmm. Being a Cowboys fan, and I don't know how you feel about them because a lot of Cowboys fans were not crazy, but I know my dad, as a Cowboys fan at the time, did not like them. But I always loved the white jerseys with the stars on the shoulders, the big blue stars on each shoulder. I loved them. I love those. I actually have an Emmitt Smith jersey back there. It's of that variation.
They wore those in 93, 94 season because they won 2 Super Bowls in a row, and they started wearing those toward the playoffs.
Right.
And they went on. They lost the NFC Championship game to the San
Oh, so
Francisco 49ers.
So they're not very lucky.
And they never wore them again
Okay.
until they
It's
do.
the
Until
same.
they did the throwbacks.
It's the same
couple
reason
years
they
ago.
don't ever wear the blue jerseys.
They should
Because
I like this royal blue.
they wear the white at home,
Mm-hmm.
even though they should wear dark. But there was some sort of thing about the blue that way back. It was unlucky. They hardly ever won in those blue jerseys, so they always wore whites, and then they always wear them on the road white because the home team picks, and they always wear dark. So, yes.
So you like those Cowboys were, and that's 3.
Yes.
Okay.
What are you doing? Why are you staring at me weird?
You're talking. No,
I don't know. You're just staring at me weird.
Weren't you just giving your list?
I was.
All right, go ahead and give your list, and I'll just do this. I just stare at the floor.
Do you have a 4th?
Sometimes he has to know his place. You stare at the 4.
Oh, I know my place.
So 4. Okay, so those are 3. Man, you might need to come back to me for my 4th because there's a lot of sports I haven't even acknowledged either. So yeah,
that's all right. We'll get to it.
It's hard to pick 4. I almost wish I wouldn't have put the Cowboys one in now because there's so many good ones. Anyway, what do you got?
That's what I think about it. Just a couple. I mean, just being a Cowboys fan, the uniforms are the white ones. The white uniforms are very traditional with the silver star, and probably biased because I'm a fan.
Right.
The classic, again, I'm a fan as a kid, but the Boston Celtics uniforms. Now they have all these kind of crazy ones now. The Celtics, a lot of variation, which is kind of weird, but.
Well, the NBA does their City Series and the earned edition, and they're always like the Raptors just came out with the season's well underway. They came out with new jerseys that went up for pre-sale the other day. So they're always releasing different.
Just give me the green or white Celtics. Maybe Boston's fine. That's fine. I don't need all those other.
I like their City edition. It's very traditional, but it says Boston Celtics. It's just a different version of it.
It looks like the championship banner.
Yes,
that's what it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's
okay. Cool. Yeah,
that's all right. The San Diego Chargers, the Chargers, LA Chargers now, the light blue, powder blue uniforms, some of the nicest looking uniforms in all of football, in my opinion. That's 3. 4th one is tough. I got to think about the 4th one as well. What do you got?
What was the name of the the team that Keanu Reeves played for in the Replacements?
I think I know this actually. Hold on, give me a second. Were they like the Roughnecks or the Roughnecks were an old CFL team.
No, Johnny Utah was his name, right? Johnny Utah.
What were they?
Huh.
They had an R on the helmet or something.
Right.
I want to say.
Right. All right. So I would say, 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 3. 3 or 4. 4's tough.
4's tough. Well, fuck, 1's tough for me. I literally just had one. What was the No, not the Celtics. Packers. I think the
Okay.
old school Green Bay Packers. I like the more simple.
The green one, like
Right.
the green with the yellow stripes
Yeah,
on the
like
sleeve.
with just the yellow helmet.
Yeah, they haven't
Okay.
changed their uniforms in forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just basic, like
Mhm.
the old Browns uniforms type deal, where it's just the stripe, the single thing.
Yeah.
I don't want powder blue. I don't want neons. I don't want any of that. I just want basic drab color.
The kind of things that people who have black coffee and soup for lunch would like on a sports uniform.
Is there
Obviously, the Cavs in the '90s were spectacular.
Right?
Okay, so
I'm joking. That's
the
No.
76ers from that time period too?
Those were good.
I
Those are
love the
fun.
black Cavs uniforms with the blue specs,
Uh,
or the
From
swishy
like
swoop.
the
the 90s,
early
90s.
90s.
Yes. Oh, I love those, man.
Just Cleveland
Love
going
those.
down the side.
Right.
Yeah.
With the weird net thing going on, the triangles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 100% '90s. That uniform.
So we're sticking to pro leagues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why? I mean, anything.
Well,
I made the rules.
Honorable mention.
Fair enough.
Honorable mention to our old, dearly departed IHL Cleveland hockey team, the Cleveland Lumberjacks,
There you go.
with Buzz the Beaver holding the
Okay.
hockey
Yeah,
stick
the
made out of a
green
piece
one.
of
Yeah,
wood
yeah,
with the buzz saw. Not the old school Lumberjacks with the guy's face, but it was like a aquamarine and black color scheme. Those were cool. Yeah,
I like Toledo Mud Hens.
the Mud Hens.
Mud Hens.
Is that a baseball team? That sounds like a
Minor league
baseball
baseball
team.
team.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah, it's good enough.
All right.
Good enough.
I also, let's see. So
Your sister said you can't talk about sports. It's
I
not
would-
possible.
Not only that, but I don't know if you can see the
Sharks
just
is a good
dropping
call.
at this point.
So Matt, I gotta
People
ask
watching.
if you will comment, please.
The drop of people watching.
Because of the sports.
Yeah, it went from 15 to 9
Yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt, I gotta ask,
it's
which
also been an hour,
which
too,
rendition of the Sharks?
No, I mean, like
Original,
3 minutes.
or are we talking like new school, or maybe the alternates that are all black? Because the Sharks have sharp uniforms, like always have, all of them. There's really not a bad one. But yeah, that's a good call, Sharks. My mom also called out the Colorado Avalanche hockey jerseys as well as the Houston Texans jerseys. So yeah, those are pretty slick.
Okay. All right. All right. Are we going to hit anything else?
Sports.
Yeah.
Go Sports!
Yeah. Dean's strong topic.
That's right. What are we looking on time, guys? How long
It's
has
been
it
an
been?
hour. No, it's been an hour. Hour and
An
7
hour
minutes.
and 7 minutes.
Yep.
My wife,
Yeah.
for some reason, knows the exact amount of time we've been on as she sits there with a blanket, doing her best to keep her eyes open. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We
No, we
appreciate you.
appreciate
And we
you.
appreciate you, everybody who's watched.
B. Rut is watching. Oh.
Yeah.
B. Rut.
B. Rut.
Yeah.
Thanks for
B.
tuning in,
Rut.
Brian.
Absolutely.
You're my new favorite Brian on the show.
That's right. That's right. It's easy to do.
That's right.
Easy to do.
I bet that one won't reprimand me for not knowing sports.
All right. A topic other than sports, sir.
I'm sorry.
He's talking.
Sorry,
to you,
I was
I'm
reading-
nuts.
I was-
A topic
Other than sports.
You've got the list in front of you.
Yeah, does anybody
Yeah.
have a topic you want to hear us talk about? What do you guys want to talk about?
You know
I mean,
what?
the
Actually,
idea of this.
I would
I
like
have
to hear you
I have
guys
a
talk
better idea.
about the end. That's what I would like. I'm
Of
watching
time?
this garbage. That's what I would.
Oh,
like.
I
I'm
thought
kidding.
he was very.
I'm
I thought he
kidding. No,
really
that-
wanted to know
No, that's
about everybody's
that's-
end.
That's,
Yeah, actually, yes, Matt. Here we go.
okay.
Matt,
Well,
He's
unplug
coming
again.
for like the 4th time. Let's do it. Come on, man.
He doesn't like this.
Who doesn't like the show? Matt doesn't like the show.
Nope. No answer. Just yep. That's all right.
Matt,
That's all right. We'll keep.
we gotta talk.
We'll keep trying.
Got to figure it out,
We
man.
got Velcro in this thing. Okay.
I think we all need to.
That's
Once,
what I was saying earlier is it was getting caught on the
That's,
floor.
that's okay. That's
once
right.
this podcast starts making money, Matt, our
Mhm.
first goal as a podcast
That's right.
is to upgrade your internet. We're doing that for you.
That's right.
That's
We're
right.
going to get you on the show.
That's right.
We're going to have you featured on the show.
Get you off the
You're gonna be
dial up.
on live.
Dial up. AOL.
Exactly.
All right.
Well,
We're gonna.
the problem is he keeps like picking up and like cranking
Mhm.
and holding it, and he yells Sarah because he's trying to get.
That's right. That's right.
It's an
All right.
Andy Griffith reference.
For those watching
That
still,
looks like somebody in that hat would say that. Yeah.
if you have a topic, throw it in the comments, and we'll talk about it.
Matt, I'm hoping you're on this here. Come on,
Mhm.
topic, Matt. It's
Yeah,
your
Matt. What do you want to
chance.
hear? What do you want to talk about?
You are our loyal listener.
Yeah, you're
Watcher.
raw.
Matt wants to hear us talk about the top 5 reasons why he can't get in through the show. No, I'm just kidding.
Your internet.
Internet competence using Facebook.
Your rotary phone.
Yep.
Would anybody like to hear anything? Pop culture, sports.
Clean those nails.
Brian, you get dirty nails.
Right, dirty nails? Wow. I don't think I did.
You just got Brian just got reprimanded by my
Wow.
dad.
From this
Man.
distance.
Wow. I guess I was up close unplugging it. He saw my nails.
No,
Yeah,
I think
I'm
he saw it from back there.
You
I'm
dirty son of a-
self-conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll work on that, Mr. Harvey.
You're all filthy.
Well,
Nah, I never noticed.
Actually,
until-
all of them are clean except the one he keeps putting in his nose.
That's right. That's right. All right. This one.
I'm helping.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Simpsons. Yeah. That's good. That's good. All right. I like the Mount Rushmore stuff.
Okay.
I'll stick with the
Yeah,
Mount Rushmore
okay.
stuff a little bit. So now
Mount
Megan,
Rushmore.
Robin, what if you say something
Mount Rushmore
of anything, literally
Go.
anything, and we'll just make it work. What is
Ooh,
it?
Mount Rushmore of Robin's.
Body parts?
Nope. Nope. Be nice.
I'll do that one.
Go ahead.
So-
I'm gonna drink. You go ahead and give the Mount Rushmore of Robin's best body parts. Or your favorite.
In no particular
Yeah.
order.
Yeah, by all means. Hey,
Hey,
Dad. Listen.
I forgot about that angle.
Mhm.
Touche. Her smile, definitely.
You're
That
about-
was gonna be my
You're about
first
to go
anyway.
feet. You're about to go feet.
It's very nice feet. It's not an imperfect part of her, but yes, I was gonna go face,
There we go.
smile
Yep.
first, of course.
Yep.
That was the first thing I
The
fell in love with.
roundness of the foot.
The roundness
The
was something.
the
Couple
circleness
things.
of her toes.
There's a couple roundness things in there. Cheeks, Dad. Cheeks was one of the round things.
Round cheeks.
Cheeks,
Earlobes.
Well, beautiful
Right?
ears.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The bun on top of her head is very nicely round and positioned beautifully like some sort of
It's like a
samurai.
second head.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on, look at it.
Yep.
It's like, hold on, Robin, can you come over here? Do you want to show this? The beetle, it looks like Beetlejuice when they shrunk the head.
Oh, like the little head on top.
yeah.
Actually, in the dark with the light in my
Right.
face, I could
That's
see
what I'm
like,
saying.
yes. And which is beautiful also.
So what were you going to say before I threw you under the bus there?
Yeah.
No.
probably
You were
not.
going to give something else.
Another
Oh,
Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
So hold on, we've got a
We got people talking.
some other.
All right.
Hey,
We're talking about. Let's go ahead. You want to say something?
well, Matt has something near and dear to my heart. I don't know how much either of you can speak to it,
Yeah,
but
he's
it's
listening.
a Pearl Jam. Yeah, right. I know, and my father-in-law is listening, and okay.
He's listening very closely.
Yes, thank you, Donald Harvey, for creating all the parts as well as Michelle Harvey. I appreciate all of the parts. They are all loved equally and appreciated.
There you go.
Thank
Very
you
nice.
very much. I owe it all to
Very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
Since we're
Yes.
doing that, can
Very
I
good.
say thanks to Brian's mom?
We do love all his parts.
I mean,
Dirty nails and all.
Right.
I've actually grown to love the dirt under his nails.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
normally I can't see them.
I'm gonna clean them in Nick's beer later.
Perfect.
Matt,
How about this?
Yeah.
Right, how about we switch to music topic?
yes. Okay. So,
So
Matt suggested
Matt's on
Pearl
to
Jam
something.
topic. Now, he and I have become friends over doing this podcast. Never
Mhm.
met Matt, but can't help but think we would be best friends if we ever met because his love of Pearl Jam, amongst other things that he's commented on and things
all
like
right.
that. So
Whatever.
one, I should,
No,
one
whatever.
of.
I got Brian. No, me and Brian are really close. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You do your thing.
Okay.
You do your thing.
Okay.
I got
I
Brian.
mean, I don't think Brian wants to be committed to all that, but all of
What-
why don't we
what-
just let's
No.
just have Matt in the group dynamic. Anyway, Matt suggested a Pearl Jam topic, which is like my all-time favorite band.
And the viewers just went down to 1.
We've enjoyed. No, it's up to 10. There's a lot of Pearl Jam.
Goodbye,
fans.
everybody.
So music in general, okay. So let's
Okay.
say, I'll start here. Let's go with this.
Top favorite band to masturbate to. Go.
Definitely Pearl Jam.
All
Eddie
right.
Vedder has the best masturbating voice ever.
Go get slow. Go get fast. Slow down. You're doing too fast. Sorry.
Can't find a better stream. Can't find a better stream.
Going
All right.
off the rails, folks.
It's going off the rails.
Oops,
Okay,
and I'm
so
done.
whatever. Let's go with bands. I don't want to go with best bands because that's too for favorite bands because for me that's impossible. I'll be here till I don't know what time it is, but
Conversation over.
I can't pick like 4 or 5 of those. There's just too many genres and too many things. So let's how about this? Favorite
Mount
bands
Rushmore?
here's something I can work
Yes.
Pearl Jam into. Best bands, Mount Rushmore of bands you've seen live. Bands or artists you've seen live.
Okay, that's a good one.
Can I have just
So-
4 faces of Jewel?
Nick, what are yours?
So mine, there
Mount
you
Rushmore
go.
bands you've seen live. That's a good one.
Okay. Ooh, Matt likes 9 Inch Nails for that. That's a good one. I've actually,
That's why his nails are dirty.
I've never rated too damn long. I've never had the privilege of seeing 9 Inch Nails live, but I bet they do put on a great show. I've seen my first concert was when I was in grade 5, so I've seen a lot from that time. I've been a big concert goer and really enjoyed going to shows. Pearl Jam is well renowned for their live shows, and they definitely live up to that. They play for like 2.5, 3 hours. They just multiple encores. They sound great.
Okay.
Deep catalog, dating back to the early 90s. So Pearl Jam's definitely up there as one of the best bands I have ever seen live. I think it's kind of weird because when you see a band live, it's kind of a mixture of how you rate your experience is unique.
Hold on. Can I real quick? I want to say hi to Bill Delaney. Just
Billy
joined us.
D. Welcome, Billy D.
Cheers.
Hey, there we go. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Bill Delaney's our boss. We have to be nice to him.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
Yeah.
we love Bill. Thank you for watching, buddy. Okay. Sorry, I just read a comment.
See, I
Matt
think yours is-
actually likes 9 Inch Nails for jerking off, not seeing live. So that's a good distinction to make. That's good. Yes.
I get that.
Yep.
Good on you, Matt.
Yep.
Good on you.
Yep. Alrighty. But no, I think it's kind of unique, right? Because like, it's not only. You might base it off of how they sounded when you saw them live. If they played a good set when you saw them live.
Sure.
The night you had when you saw them live. Your
The whole
experience that
experience.
night.
Right,
Yeah.
they could have been great, but if you were vomiting into a homeless man's pocket, probably not going to be your best moment.
Gonna be difficult.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, Pearl Jam's up there. I've seen them multiple times, traveled to different cities to see them, and so they're definitely up there. It's hard to do on the spot just like that, but off the top of my head, I remember the first time I saw Cage the Elephant when they were touring off their first album. They were the one that does that song "No Rest for the Wicked." You guys
like that one.
familiar?
Yeah.
I'm not as big of a fan as their music now. They've kind of gone in a different direction, which is good and everything. It's not as when they first came out, they were very reminiscent of like an early 90s sound, their whole vibe, their stage show. And I saw them at the House of Blues in Cleveland, and it was very, actually, oddly enough, reminiscent of Eddie Vedder. The crowd surf all the way to the back, where if you've ever been to the House of Blues in really any city, wherever you might be watching from, because we're obviously a national and global podcast.
Of course.
But anywhere, all the House of Blues are laid out the same. There's a balcony, right? So he crowd surfed to the back of the balcony, stood up, grabbed a hold of the balcony, and then did a dive off of the balcony, like back into the crowd. It was just a really cool moment
Showmanship.
to be a part of. Yeah, definitely very cool.
Yep.
One of the other, my favorite newer band, one of my favorite newer bands of the last 10 years has been a band called Parkway Drive. They're a metalcore band. They've gained some commercial popularity, but for the most part stayed pretty heavy. They put on a great show. I've got to meet them. They're really cool. And then one of the best nights I've ever had, and you guys are both going to roll your eyes for very different reasons probably.
Bring it.
The best one of probably as far as the night as a whole, the performance, the songs that he played, and my experience with the people I was with and the time that we had, Kanye West on his St. Pablo tour was one of the best concerts I've ever seen. Floating stage, we in the middle of the arena, incredible. Every song, it was like, just, I don't know, like everybody, it was all together singing all the words, like everybody knew everything, and it was like we also happened to. It was a unique night. We were there with our friend Sarah. Sarah got it up. She just happened to be around the concourse getting us beers. It was her turn to go buy around. And somebody asked if they wanted upgrades. And she said, I do. She was the first one. And they were like, how many people you got? She's like, 3. I was there with her brother Michael and myself. It was 3 of us. She goes, I need 3. It took us, where we sat was literally Kanye's floating stage in the air was like eye level to where we were up in like way up in the nosebleeds. They moved us up in like club seats, and we were like eye level with this floating stage, and it was just perfect night. So yeah,
Cool.
that would probably be off the top of my head, Mount Rushmore. Yep.
Excellent.
What do we got other than Jewel times
Actually,
4?
real quick, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Who did you, when he said about the eye roll, who did you think he was going to say?
I know you thought I was.
Who was the shirt you got?
Hillary
Hillary Duff?
Oh, Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
There we go, right here.
I have been to a Hillary Duff
See,
concert.
I didn't even think of like, I didn't think of like real people like he would have said. For some reason, I'm thinking like, oh, he's going to fucking say Jonas Brothers, or somebody like that.
Yeah.
I was expecting Jonas.
I would have loved to see One Direction in their prime. I'm a big fan. I like One Direction.
So Brian,
What about you?
me,
Mount Rushmore
Mount
of
Rushmore
bands we've
people-
seen live. That's the question.
Godsmack.
Your dad has some good ones here too. Righteous Brothers, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. That's good.
Oh damn. Yeah.
That's some good
That's a good
ones
set there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is Godsmack, Disturbed, Kenny Rogers, and Jewel.
So Dean needs,
What?
Dean,
What?
Needs, Dean needs to go see more concerts.
Yeah.
That's,
No, I've seen a lot, but
Okay.
those were amazing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hold on, real quick. I won't go into all of them like Nick did, but when you go to a Jewel concert, yes, you think to
Oh,
yourself,
buddy, that's your least embarrassing one of the 4. Jewel's the most accepted one.
but the crowd watching at a Jewel concert
Sure.
is quite impressive.
I imagine that.
Yeah.
I imagine that.
A lot of Alaskans and yodelers and thing, or what is she the one that's like from Alaska? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
yodeling and stuff.
Okay.
But we were at Disturbed Rolling Rock Town Fair.
Okay.
All right, I'll tell it. All right, so Rolling Rock Town Fair.
It's not sounding good.
No. When we got there, it was raining. I'll tell the abridged story.
This is my Mount Rushmore.
Yes, Matt. He actually
We're
did
at
see
a
Jewel. First concert, right?
I did.
Was that your
Town
first concert?
My
fair.
very first concert was Jewel.
Matt asked if
Town
you actually saw
fair,
Jewel. Yeah.
and we.
Well, we went there and it was
Mhm.
raining, and well, when you get there and there were so many people, I've never been to like that big of a concert, like a festival or anything like that.
Okay.
And you have to go like down the hill, and it was raining, so people were sliding down the hill in the mud. It was pouring down rain. So when we got there, I went the first time when we got there, I had to use the restroom, so I went stood in the porta potty line for way too long. Went there, took a piss, come out, and I realized I didn't like that. I didn't want that in my life. I'm drunk, it's raining, and I'm outside.
I see. I see where this is going.
So I just pissed myself for the rest of the day.
And this was one of your best conference
Oh, yeah. It
experiences
was
ever.
First of all, if we all get in a group, everybody knew to take a step back when I'm talking, and I do that. The eyes roll back.
Yeah.
Because I'm pissing myself right here. And then,
Right.
Mhm. And I bet your dad is proud right now.
Of course. Of course.
That's my boy up there.
Robin, did you drive to that?
That's why I'm his favorite son.
Okay, so who we drove wouldn't let me and Tim Finlay in our car
Oh boy.
because we were both soaked. I mean, he didn't piss himself, but I did.
Mhm.
But we're both still soaked mud and rain, so we had to get into our underwear and to drive home. So we both hammered out of our minds, holding each other in our underwear, and fell asleep holding each other in the back seat. So
Matt says that's a pro move. He approves.
What
cheers, Matt.
What made it memorable for you? Was it the music? No. It was the fact that I could stand outside and drink and pee myself
That's right.
without a care in the world.
That's right.
That's it.
Well,
Mount
now that
Rushmore.
And
we're
there's
on
more to the story that I'll tell at another time.
now that we're on the Mount Rushmore of pissing yourself in public,
Yeah, let's hear these stories.
Well, my four, I will say, the Kiss reunion tour back in the late '90s.
And they do back-to-back shows in Cleveland. Was that
They
one?
did. And there was so going to that show with one of my oldest friends, who became friends because of our mutual friendship of Kiss. That's how we got us talking. And the first thing we did together was go to see an Ace Frehley concert back in '80.
Not Kiss, but Ace Frehley.
It was Ace Frehley solo at the time.
Which is great. Also, live.
Sure.
I've seen him just by himself. He's incredible.
And he's even better now because he's sober and everything else. But anyway, so go see Ace Frehley, by the way. If you can go see Ace Frehley, we've seen him a couple times.
Hey, my dad's watching. He's a big Kiss fan, a big Ace
Hey.
Frehley fan as
So
well.
right there.
Yeah.
So
He joined at the right time.
Scott, we're talking about your Mount Rushmore of
concert
concert
experiences.
experiences.
Yep.
So I just mentioned the Kiss reunion.
Brian's going to
show.
name off a bunch of shows you both were at together.
Yeah,
Didn't know it.
Probably so.
Yep.
That tour, I got to go see it with him together, and so I've talked about this on the show before, but on the Kiss episode we did, but when they
Hold on. Matt dropping a comment. He is going to drop Woodstock.
No, not Woodstock. No. So that Kiss show was great. It was very emotional because it was something we never thought we'd see as young boys, to see Kiss in their original four, in the original costumes, in the makeup. It was very awesome, terrific. Allie and I, a couple years ago, we saw the Peter Frampton farewell tour at Blossom Music Center. Never saw him before, ever. And he has a disease to where he literally will not be able to physically play guitar much longer because he can't. Right?
Wow.
Why?
Is it in the hands or in this? Was like a Mick Mars spine thing?
I know. I think it's in his hands or something. And I have to anyway. And he came out, and it was just the absolutely perfect summer evening of Blossom Music. So you could not have had a nicer weather.
Yeah.
You know, just perfect. And it was one of those moments where we were sitting there, and it was just an experience. You know what I'm saying? It was just it's not up to the par of being able to piss myself standing there, mind you.
Not many things are.
But it was pretty good. No, it was just when we sat there, and it was just, he sang every Peter Frampton song you ever thought you remotely wanted to hear. He had these old videos and pictures up. He thanked all his band members, living and dead, over the years. It was such a moment for him to be able to extend his appreciation to his fans. It was something I just felt electric. You know what I'm saying? We're watching something here that is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely up there.
That's how I felt with Jewel.
Sure.
Yeah, it was electric.
I defy that it was that level, but
I will go back real quick. Yes. Pro tip: if you free your mind of judgment, you can actually piss yourself at any concert.
Yeah.
That's if you just free your mind.
Because honestly, the first time you do it, it's very difficult.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you have to like really put yourself like, okay, I can do this.
I'm doing it right now.
There's a lot of.
I'm doing it right now. You can't even tell.
Legitimately, I have done it. I was at I'll just be quick here, but
I
was at it was called a barge party up at Put-in Bay.
I'll finish my answer here after this talk.
Basically, it was too much. There were no bathrooms. So I asked my friend that I was with, what do we do? He goes, you just piss yourself. You just piss in the water. Everybody does it. So you're literally
What, and you were in the water and that was difficult?
Yeah, because you have to free your mind. You have to, you spend your entire life training yourself when you feel pants on.
I thought you meant you were, dry and stuff.
No, I pissed in the water.
Come on.
I was swimming in other people's piss.
I can look down and spit on my dick and I can piss.
So my other two experiences, AC/DC has always been a great show, a lot of fun over the years. So
AC/DC?
AC/DC, great show, always had great fun watching them. And some of the old Metallica has been pretty rock solid, but I saw Slayer twice during their reunion. I've never seen them before, not through the 80s and all those years, but we went twice to go see them on their farewell tour.
Okay.
At Blossom, and I went with another buddy in Youngstown. Both of those experiences, I've been a Slayer, kind of a fan. I've enjoyed their stuff and all that, but going to see them live was just amazing. I walked out there, and those guys, from the first note, walking on stage, it was like slamming. And these guys were, in their 50s, whatever. I had to deny my mom's call.
Would you be a dear, Megan, and ignore his mom's call right there on the thing? Yeah. Hey, my stepmom Nina's on there. Hi, Nina.
Not today, Mom. She's on there. Not today.
My mom's calling me because she's going to ride with me down to get my vaccine shot tomorrow down in Carrollton.
That's very good of her. Did you do that?
Did you ride with her when she got hers?
No, he actually ignored her call while we were
recording that's right. Podcast. That's right.
And she was like, I need a ride to get to the vaccine. I'm just like, can't be bothered.
Too famous for that now.
Can't be bothered.
Facebook Live.
I have 10 people watching me live. I don't have time for that.
I just yell on the phone. Can't you figure out Uber yet? Hang right up. Hang right up. That. I don't even know how to answer my phone properly. Nope, don't care. Don't even care. So that's
maybe Matt could help her because he has a rotary phone too.
Sure. There you go. All right, so that's Mount Rushmore.
That's good of live shows. Okay,
yeah.
how about a little twist on that?
Mhm.
All right, go ahead.
Maybe it doesn't have to be a Mount Rushmore scheme or whatever, but what are some bands that you never got to see that you wish you could have?
Of all time?
Yep.
Wow.
Or just, yeah, I mean, yeah. of all
Glenn
time.
Miller.
I like that. Glenn Miller, I like that.
I don't know who that is.
It's a big band. Big band.
I don't know who Glenn Miller.
That's okay.
What do they sing?
What
are they fucking-
Hold on. First of all, let's just.
Yeah.
They clearly are Rat Pack
Hold on.
music. I can
First of
tell
all,
that.
let's focus on that. I actually got a laugh out of the crowd here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys didn't. So.
Okay.
Didn't they do? I'm not even kidding. Didn't they do like Chattanooga
It's
Choo
big,
Choo? Was
yeah,
that them?
yeah, it's Big Bang
Pardon
music.
me,
Yeah.
boy.
Big Bang music.
It's like it's 40s stuff.
Right.
Is what it is.
Okay.
It's good. It's happy music. Is
That's
what
right.
it is. You know, because we went to that speakeasy in Norton,
I don't like that.
and they were playing 40s music. It was a whole like cool, relaxing vibe. They were playing
Yeah.
40s music. It was perfect. Like, all right, so are you serious, Glenn Miller? Or are you kidding?
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
That was a joke.
Well, one for me certainly. I would have loved to have been able to see Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
Yeah, would have just been an amazing concert experience.
Sure. Yeah.
Some of the most, some of the
Are-
all the way around.
are we doing-
musically talented?
Are we doing the Mount Rushmore?
It could just be.
Or
I
we
mean,
just
if you
bouncing them
have
back and
it,
forth?
but
Yeah.
if you just got
It's
some,
David Bowie.
David Bowie would have been great.
David
yeah.
Bowie would be
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. For me, the first one, I was a big Ramones fan. I would have loved to have seen the
I can
Ramones.
see that.
That would have been an incredible experience. Yeah.
And in the proper setting, like
Oh yeah,
like
like
the
in New York.
CBGB,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
the CBGB.
And CBGB was the name of the club in New York.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Some sweaty, cramped.
Yeah,
club.
Yep,
just
yep.
smelly and
Yep.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good with those guys.
I've been in a lot of those.
Sure.
But never in New York.
Right.
Only here. Yeah.
Queen, I would love to have seen Queen with Freddie Mercury
Yeah.
in his heyday, certainly.
Another one for me, I would have loved to have seen like a big Michael Jackson tour in his prime.
That would have been
Preferably for me, I was partial to Dangerous, so that album. So like I would have loved to have seen that tour.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool.
Matt says the Monkees. The Monkees would have been fun.
Monkees?
In all
Yeah.
reality.
Sure. Beatles.
Yep.
Beatles would have been
Beatles would have been good.
good. Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to have seen Pantera with the original lineup. I never did get to see them. I just missed it. I was just too young before their last album, Reinventing the Steel, came out, that I never got to see them live. I got to meet Vinnie Paul. He was playing with the band Hell Yeah, and I got to actually have a meet and greet and meet him. That was cool.
Matt said Prince. I agree with that.
Prince would have been a good
yeah.
one.
Prince would have been
He
good.
saw Ramones. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd been
and
awesome.
yeah, incredible.
Elvis. And I mean
Elvis
like
would be cool.
Vegas Elvis, like old school with the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
No, I don't want the screaming girls where I can't hear it. I want like old school Elvis jumpsuit.
Yeah, wouldn't it be awful
where
to
he's-
be with a bunch of worked up young girls that like you're there and they can't have Elvis? That would have
That
been a
would
bad
be
time, right?
good. Yeah, that'd be fun. Just see him in his prime. Like
Yeah,
that.
I don't want the women
His
there.
young
Give me
I don't
Vegas
care if
jumpsuit.
I don't care if it's
loaded
such
Elvis.
things.
Mhm.
I'm here for the music. The Sonic Adventure, if you will.
Oh, look at those hips up there. The gyration.
I think it would have been cool to see like the Rat Pack, like
Sure.
Yeah.
And actually, so I had like a
Sammy Davis Jr. His eye pops out.
right.
Go chasing it across the stage.
I did get to go see a tribute for what it's worth in Myrtle Beach. My parents, my
Who's
dad,
tribute?
if he's and my mom's still
Rat Pack.
watching, they'll remember that.
Oh,
We
a
went to
Rat Pack.
a Rat Pack
Okay.
tribute. Frank Sinatra,
Okay.
Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin. That was really cool. It was a cool thing in Myrtle Beach. We went and saw. Yeah. Anybody else?
Hold
Any
on.
legacy ones?
We got a bone to pick.
What's up?
Matt, I'm with you. I'm on it.
Skid Row.
No.
That'd have been good.
You see this?
That would have been good.
Brian didn't let
Skid
me
Row
off the
with
day
Sebastian- oh, yeah,
Prince
with Sebastian
died. Matt is saying that Brian didn't let him off the day Prince died. How dare you?
I had to work.
That's a
I had to
national
work.
day of mourning.
I had to work. You had to work.
But he saw
Simple as
Prince.
that.
Did you see Prince?
Did you see
Did
Prince?
you have a friendship
You didn't have
with
friendship.
Prince?
Matt had a friendship with Prince.
No,
You didn't have
had,
friendship with
we had
Prince.
we had calls to answer, Matt. AT&T
Yeah,
customers.
the call of sadness.
Yep.
The call of sadness.
Yep. I probably should have let Matt on. Our tax score would have been better. See, he knows what I'm talking about. Our customer service scores.
Hey.
That's for one listener knows what that is, Matt. Tax scores. Jesus. Okay. It's like haunting me still to this day.
Others? Any others?
That's
That's good.
That's my.
Yeah, I think we covered a few of them.
That's
you guys
my-
got anybody that you would like
Who
to
did
see?
you? Just one each from you, if you got that. Robin, what is the one band you wish you could have seen? I think I know, probably.
Well, one of them I got to see, which was Hootie.
Right. Yes,
Mhm.
we did see Hootie and Blowfish. Couple. Yeah. Was
I
that
don't
last summer? 2 summers ago?
2 summers ago.
2 summers ago.
I was there, but I don't remember it. But
Yeah.
I was very drunk.
The Beatles.
Yes.
Yeah, the Beatles. That's what I figured.
Anybody?
Yeah. Yep. Megan, who do you wish you would have been able to see?
Only one for like the karaoke factor would have been Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd have been
Tom
good.
Petty, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd have been really good.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that same vibe, that smoky,
Sure.
Rat Pack vibe.
Yeah. Wearing a suit.
Yeah.
A thin tie.
That'd have been good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No pissing in your pants at that show. That's
You don't
for
tell me
sure.
what to do, Brian.
That's for sure. Not
You don't
Frank's
tell
show.
me what to do.
You did that at Frank's show. You probably been harmed.
How do you?
Seriously.
How
Maybe.
Do you,
Yeah.
how do you know he
There's
doesn't have
some-
a fetish?
Been some type of insult.
Speaking,
Mhm.
Gigi Allen. I wish I could have seen Gigi Allen live. Man, that would have been. You guys familiar with Gigi Allen?
Oh, I am, and I'm disturbed by it. Actually,
Anybody out there know who I bet.
and I'm a shitty person.
You know what? I bet you, Matt. Matt, do you know who Gigi Allen is?
I bet
feel
Matt
if it-
saw Gigi
Matt-
Allen.
Yeah. What are they? The
Oh, boy.
Murder Junkies? That was the name of the
Yeah,
band.
oh,
Gigi Allen
yeah.
was the front man. They were called the Murder Junkies, I believe. They were. Do you know? You familiar?
Nope.
So they were notorious for.
Oh, it's so.
They were
awful.
a.
He
I
was
guess-
notorious too.
I don't know, punk, hardcore, early punk band in the 80s, early 90s. He passed away in the early 90s, I think it was.
Okay.
And I mean, would just strip down nude on stage, would masturbate, would fling feces at people,
Oh,
pee
wow.
on
He
people.
would
I mean,
mix
the
a
whole
lot
9
of
yards.
fluids.
Yeah,
in
and
one
people
deal.
would throw it at each other, and
Yeah.
they just ate it up, and he would eat his own
That's,
stuff.
I mean,
just it was
pretty sure
insane.
that's where AIDS started.
At a Murder Junkie show
Right.
by the hand of Gigi Allen. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
But he
debating.
died of an overdose, and then at his funeral, he was open casket, and they brought him as he overdosed from the party after the show at the club.
Wow.
They left him just as is, all stinking and covered in his own stuff, and
Mhm.
everybody came and
Wow. Awesome.
yeah. So Gigi Allen, hardcore.
All right. Well,
Right.
maybe we'll plan similar if once we have a live event with more people.
Yes.
Dean can stand up there and pee his pants in front of everybody.
Yes,
Yep, that's good.
I like it.
That's good.
Really? So of course
What?
Matt has a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well let's go back in order here. So Nina says Tom Petty was amazing. Yeah, she
Oh,
saw
that's
Tom
so
Petty. That
awesome.
would have been
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yep.
And Matt said he did not see Gigi Allen, but the girl that got him into music did, from what she said. So
Okay.
of course he's got a connection.
Sure.
All right.
I want to hear stories from Matt. We need to do an episode.
We
of
do.
just stories from Matt.
We'll get it together.
Well, if he had a phone, he could
gonna-
connect, and we could
That's right.
talk to him now.
We're gonna pilot another
Hold on,
video
what is this?
conferencing. That's a voicemail from my
Oh,
mom.
Oh,
honey, where are you? I
I'm
can't.
worried.
I've tried 14 times.
I'm worried.
and I-
Stop calling me. I gotta change my
son,
number.
I'm in the forest. It's dark.
I gotta change my number. All right. How about one more? Because we're pushing it. It's over an hour and a half.
What time is it?
It's 9:40.
Oh, it's early.
So we're talking about
Oh, yeah.
concerts.
Okay.
We're talking about concerts and stuff.
Sure.
Worst concert you ever saw? Worst concert.
Yeah. You guys take this. It's hard. I don't know. I'm
Like
one of
I
those.
said,
I'm
I
one of those
haven't been
people
to a
that.
whole lot of countries. I have a problem with groups of people and being around large groups of people. So I haven't been to a whole lot of concerts.
Okay.
That wasn't the worst.
So I don't
Most
know.
interesting.
All of the ones I've been have been at least decent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird that you don't like going to them more if you've only had good experiences.
Well, I mean, and I'm going to say this, and I feel bad about saying this. I feel really bad about saying this. Is that I guess if you're going to put it up against on that level, Kenny Rogers.
I was going to ask if that was
was
your worst.
it was a year
Mhm.
away from his death.
Mhm.
It was his last ride, literally months before. It was like one of the last 3 concerts he had in his life.
Mhm.
He forgot half the lyrics. He paused to tell us as a crowd that we were the worst crowd he'd ever been in front of.
It probably didn't help that you were booing him and throwing things at him.
No,
the
I
entire
was
time.
not. How dare you? How dare you?
And you
Kenny
boys,
Rambler, more like the Rambler. Get off the stage.
Kenny Rogers is a national treasure.
did someone stop that boy from peeing in his pants out there? It's 80
No.
degrees.
No,
out
no, no.
here,
I can
sunny.
smell it. It's
Yeah.
the
Gosh.
No, you're
No
wrong, Brian.
Respect for the gambler.
He looked out in the crowd and goes, "Hey, I do that too."
Yep.
No, but he forgot
That's a bummer.
half the lyrics. He was insulting the crowd.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but I did get to see
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers before he died. So it's kind of a mixed bag on that.
That'll be like my last show with this.
Yeah, right.
Eventually. Just forget who you guys are. I could just yell at everybody.
This guy's been pissing his pants for 14 years.
I look forward to that in a way. That'll be good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Just
I mean,
tell everybody exactly what I think.
and will you have other instruments playing loudly in the middle of? I mean, what's going to be
Yeah.
the difference here?
Maybe.
All right,
I might.
all right.
I might hire a
Could-
band for that.
No, I mean like letting your other tablets and phones play
Yeah, that's
Right.
all this stuff. Yeah.
because you're old and there's not much difference.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Worst I ever saw was we saw Don Dokken 2 years ago.
Who the hell's Don
The
Dokken?
lead singer
From
of Dokken. We went downtown at the Civic Theater, and it was Lita Ford and Don Dokken. It wasn't very expensive, and Lita Ford came out. You know who Lita Ford is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kiss
And
Me
she-
Deadly.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was terrific. She's in her 50s. She looked great. She had this like skin tight like skeleton suit and stuff. It was
How old is she at that point?
Okay.
Her 50s.
Wow.
She sang great. Her band
I
was
mean,
great.
was the suit like holding everything in?
Oh, no, she looked great.
All right.
Yeah. And then Don Dokken came out, and that was a super bummer.
Yeah.
Super bummer. I
Was
mean,
he old? And
he couldn't really sing anymore. Now
Right.
he had been sick, and I get it. But still,
was he wearing the same suit?
no.
No. All
No.
right.
He was half drunk, I think, and just not.
He's my
It's not
spirit
good.
animal right now.
Well, it shows like the guys are sort of talking through it, sort of, because they can't hit any notes anymore. It was a real downer. That was my worst show.
Yeah.
Almost without question.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers brought out no,
The Hanson song?
not Eddie Rabbit. It was
He was singing Hanson?
Oh, Alabama?
Alabama. You and I actually talked about it when it was just you and I on the podcast
Yeah.
then one night. Oh, it was
Oak Ridge Boys.
Oak Ridge Boys.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Yes, they were
Yeah.
there, and like they were picking up the slack for him behind him.
That's a bummer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad
But
said Bon Jovi was terrible in the beginning.
My dad went to
Is
see
that
Bon
right? Yeah.
Booed
Jovi.
off the stage in '84.
My
Seems
dad.
weird.
There you go.
I can't see your dad sing Bon Jovi either. That's kind of
You
weird.
didn't even know how to pronounce Bon Jovi.
John Bovey.
Matt says Shaggy at Quaker Steak at Hall of Fame Bridge. Oh boy, that doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah.
No.
The Oak Ridge Boys.
Yeah, that's
Nina
what Mom's
said.
trying to
Yeah.
help us out.
Yeah.
Bop.
right.
There you go, okay.
Bow, bow.
New kids.
Was that bad?
See,
Was
is
bad?
that- see, that's rough. Both of you. Yeah.
That's too bad.
Robin was a big fan of New Kids on the Block.
Hold on,
He saw
Robin
him
just
too
said
late.
it was
Same with
synchronized.
you and Kenny Rogers. You
Right.
just saw him too late.
But Robin said it was synchronized man dancing. So Robin's really not going to like our ending number to this.
Right. You might want to
The
go
three of
upstairs
us,
for that.
We have a
planned
special treat for all of you.
We've been rehearsing. For me, it's hard to like, as I've never, even when it's like not the best show, it's still a good time. Like I can't recall
It's like
going
golf.
to, I can't recall going to a concert and having a bad time.
Right.
Even that, one of the first concerts I took Robin to wasn't a bad time. She started even day drinking before me and my friend and his girlfriend. But
Shocking.
we went to the House of Blues. We drank beforehand. We went to go see Deftones at the House of Blues. I was very excited. Loved Deftones. And
I don't know if
by the time the second band came on, she wanted to leave. She was like, "Can we go?" And I'm like, "No," because like I drove and like we're here with like other friends and like there's like one more band and then like the Deftones came on and that's kind of who we came to see. She said she was gonna walk home.
See,
Which
Oh,
I don't
boy.
think she realized we were in Cleveland.
one thing that you didn't realize back then, and she doesn't anymore. She doesn't drink anymore. But one thing you didn't realize back then about Robin back then is she would like pregame for church. I mean, Whatever
Well,
event was coming up, she would drink ahead and pregame
Hey,
and
respect.
do shots.
That's
Of
okay.
course.
Yeah.
I mean, she was the one you wanted to get with
Right.
before the event or whatever. But yeah.
She's the one I want to get with all the time.
Well, she was the pregame queen. I don't know if that sounded awful or not.
All
actually.
right. Yeah. Anyway, but no, that was not a bad show. It actually, missed part of the Deftones set, but it was still a fun night. It was a good time. But as far as like worst I'd have to just go off of that worst performances I've seen, and I'm going to piggyback here because I was already thinking them, but my stepmother Nina said Motley Crue. If you've seen Motley Crue since they've gotten back together, Vince Neil is really bringing that whole thing down.
I have to imagine.
I don't really know why that's still acceptable. He only sings half of the words, if that, and it's not good. It's just, it's just not. It's not good.
The reunion thing that they're doing, the stadium thing, apparently they put
Bottomed
them under
out.
contract. No, they put that under contract to where I heard that he needed to lose weight, get himself together.
Is that the thing where they're doing with like Poison and Def
that's the rumor, at least.
Leppard?
Anyway, I haven't seen what he looks like or anything like that, but I'm sure somebody had to
it's
reel
awful.
that in and say,
Right.
we're not putting this out there for any type of big tickets if you guys can't get your crap together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And he just slug on the stage like Jabba the Hutt. And,
yeah.
There's a really good YouTube video of
seen
the
that.
lyrics of
Yeah.
and there's like karate kicks. Wow! Yeah, it's very quick. Kicks on my hog.
It's good. That's
It's
what
very
it sounds
good.
like too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like lip reading to what it sounds like Vince Neil is
Yep.
saying now when he sings "Kickstart My Heart." Other than that, I was always and this is don't really like saying it now because of recent events and things that have come out, but growing up in my teenage years, Marilyn Manson was an important one for me. So I always liked his music. I saw him probably 5 or 6 years ago at Rock on the Range in Columbus, and he was so messed up that he was messing up lyrics and like that. It was just not a good performance. I tried my best to like be like, this is awesome. And there was a certain, again, at the time, do not condone things that have come out recently, but at the time there was a very legacy feel to it that like, it's still him. He still put out all these albums that you really loved and respected and were meaningful to you. But he did not sound good, and it was not a good performance. And in recent years, he's really, definitely
so
gone off the rails there.
So Matt said he went to see Sugar Ray.
Mm.
Matt, first of all, you should probably take stock that you're about to go see Sugar Ray.
Yeah,
And then go,
I don't know what
okay,
kind of
hold
performance
on.
you expect when you're going to see Sugar Ray.
Right.
But
All right, we're coming up on 2 hours.
are we?
Yep, I think
2 hours.
I think we're down to just our most loved people.
I gotta say, whoever
Watching
is
us right
here,
now.
whether you've been here the whole
Yeah.
time, whether you just showed up, at this point, no, there's 8, unless my mom has 8 Facebook accounts. Oh, okay. My mom might have been here the whole time.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
If you're still
so
here,
much.
if you're still sticking around, that's true.
Oh shit, you're right.
3 of them are you.
3 of them are us, or at least 2,
Yep.
because you're on. No,
That's
you're on
right.
one there.
That's right.
Yeah, 3 of them are
Thank you, the
Yep.
5 of you.
Jen, Matt, thank you.
Are you on
Thank you.
too?
No, I have 1%.
Robin's
left.
here
I'm-
4. Thank you, the 4.
Yeah,
of
but it's
you.
like-
boy,
it's-
that
yeah.
drops quick, doesn't it?
It
does.
Wow.
Yep, we're putting out next time. We're gonna get a little curtain and just kind of pull it out in the living room.
With the hook
Next
that you were
time.
asking for
Yeah,
Robin
you
to
wanted
have.
Robin to get the hook
Yeah.
and pull us off. Well,
Yep.
she's going to get it
No.
right now.
But we've had fun
has been a lot of
experimenting
fun.
here
It has.
with this.
We've had fun, yeah.
So we would be doing this probably pretty much anyway, what you're watching. So we'll experiment with this. We'll take commentary. We'll take
We'll experiment it safely, not the way Nick experiments. I mean,
we'll
I'd
take
be as safe
feedback
as I
and
can.
stuff, and we'll work these in, do these every so often for fun if anybody's interested in this stuff. So we have fun doing it. So yeah, we appreciate it. So,
and it's going to be a while from now, but for our Halloween special, we will do this for a Halloween special, and all of us will be our favorite wrestler because we need to see Nick in those tassels
yeah, that's right. That's right.
and the face paint.
Yeah.
And we'll get back together soon and shoot the
And
actual.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm sorry, but
Okay.
when I say that, all I can picture is Brian in the Andre the Giant singlet.
I may wear that anyway. That's fine. But we'll get back together. We'll shoot the normal episodes like this more often soon as well. Because Dean's been vaccinated. I'm going to get vaccinated, so we'll be able to do this more safely soon.
And in Ohio, the 29th, everybody's available for it. So Nick will...
That doesn't mean... I mean, it's going to be as hard of a time as anyone else had times 10, because then it's going to be everybody. But yes, that's definitely be...
we'll get it done.
Getting on the road to that. We'll be able to do this live and in person, and yeah, that'll be nice for sure. So this has been fun. Thank you to everyone who's watched, whether you watched for 5 minutes
this was fun,
or the entire time. God bless you. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate my mom and dad, both are on here, and my stepmom, and Matt, and my father-in-law. Man, oh man.
Okay.
How many viewers is that? How many? Yeah, that's.
Well, plus us.
Actually,
the Matt.
Okay,
I was gonna say.
I didn't look down the whole time, but I didn't see how many people like the most we'd had or whatnot.
18.
The new
18,
the new stat woman, my mom,
Mm-hmm.
said there were 15 at one point, and the other stat woman says 18. So
Okay,
I'll take it. Yeah,
well,
that's good.
through all of those, I'm going to give a special shout out and a thank you to Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Matt has been there literally from the beginning and has commented, liked, and supported us.
He shares our stuff. He
More
talks
than
about the things we talk about.
Anybody. So Matt, thank you.
Yeah, reached out to me, and we've messaged about our love for Pearl Jam and appreciate that, and everything. We really appreciate it. We do definitely want to have him on at some point if you'd like to do that. And that's so. But thank you, everyone, very much.
Caden. Do a shout out to Caden.
Caden, I think it's Matt's.
Shout out to Caden, yeah.
I believe. That's
his son? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out, Caden.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There, thank you.
And Sarah's here still, too. Wow. Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah?
Appreciate
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
So thank you all for everything. We appreciate it. Of course, I would like to plug where you can find us.
Yeah.
But at this point, you probably know.
Yeah.
If you don't,
put it out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know where we're at on Facebook. We're on YouTube as well by searching Convincing Idiots. Instagram at Convincing_Idiots. Twitter at Convincing Idiot with no S. TikTok at Convincing Idiots. And our email is convincingidiots@gmail.com. Also, if you haven't tried this fun little trick yet, ask your home assistant device to play the Convincing Idiots podcast, and they will do just that. So, for Convincing Idiots,
listen, motherfucker.
I am Nick.
I'm Brian.
I'm Dean.
Have we convinced you to spend another 2 hours of your life with us on a Friday when you probably could be doing anything else? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And, boys.
No, that's how it... Oh, okay.
Thank
no,
you.
that's not...
Don't you yell at me,
Step
you
on my
son of a
outro. What
bitch.
the...
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you,
boys.
gentlemen. Thank you to you
Thank
guys
you
as
guys.
well.
Thank
and
you
to
all out
Megan
there.
and Robin for
Our
sitting here the
cheering
entire
section.
time. Thank you.
Yeah, literally.
Thank you.
Bye.